Transcend humanity with Omen.
What is that?
It's cutting-edge VR, Flynn.
It looks like it's something from the future, you know?
Flynn took a trip to future London. Saw something she wasn't supposed to. Now people from there are trying to kill us.
Oh. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Amazon University Esports UK and Ireland for Spring Valorant 2023. Excuse me. I am Matt Danny Killer, and joining me is the lovely.
Oh, thank you, mate. Yeah, Bigfoot. How's it going, everybody? How's it going, Dante? You alright?
Yeah, man. Very excited to get started. I have missed you. I have missed casting this. I'm hyped.
Yeah, it's been a little while since we were on the virtual casting desk. It's actually the last time we were together was on the physical casting desk as well in the Amazon Esports finals, which were absolutely crazy. But neither of those teams have actually made it through to this top 8, and we were wondering off stream if it's anything to do with the chamber nerf, because they made it into the finals before patch. Let's see if I get my numbers right. 6.05 maybe, I don't know. Before the deadly patch that snuck up and destroyed all the chamber mains. So then they've unfortunately been knocked out. I mean, Go Next and made it into the top 16, but they did get knocked out before the top 8.
I think knocked out by Dragons as well, actually, if I do check my notes here as well. Yes, so CES Dragons, actually. So just to quickly run you through, guys. So Kiel lost to Swansea, so we're currently at the bottom bracket right now. And then Kiel versus CES Dragons. CES Dragons lost to Not the Best, but beat, as Bigfoot was saying, Go Nexeter, who was the winter final champions. So, yeah, interesting. No, neither of the teams even making, one of the teams barely scratching the top 8. So, exciting new rosters, exciting new times.
The underdogs from the final who almost scraped through and unfortunately dropped at the last minute. PSC didn't actually even make it to the top 16 as well, so not sure what's going on. Haven't spoken to them since the finals, but we've got a bit of a different mix-up heading towards this final for this season, which is interesting. Maybe players getting used to the new patch, maybe teams done some really good coaching. We'll have to see what comes out tonight. I mean, I have seen Kiel play quite a few times, a really, really good team. Some really, really strong players in there, and some very chaotic players that can be hit or miss as well. So we'll see what happens tonight, if it is a hit or a miss for Kiel Vandals up against the Dragons. Yeah,
no, really exciting. You're actually my go-to guy for the Kiel, so I'm really excited to see what they've kind of changed. But just a quick rundown on some of the players. Houston hit Radiant on the side of CES Dragon. Roof was Sentinel, kind of played a site for a lot, but we'll be happy to touch the chamber if there's a Lotus, but actually there isn't, and we will be getting into the map bans and stuff just kind of in a second. Hockey moving from controller to initiator, and actually there they are. But he feels good in the breach, and I mean breach is one of the characters that's really good to set up for your duelists. But yeah, actually here are the maps. So Bigfoot, take us away.
Yeah, well, Kiel banned off Icebox, Dragons banned off Lotus, then Kiel ticked Fracture. They chose Fracture, and Dragons chose Defense. Then the Kiel picked attack on. Then the Dragons chose Haven, and Kiel's picked attack on Haven. Then Kiel banned Ascent, and then Dragons picked Pearl, and Kiel chose Defense on Pearl. So yeah, you're talking about Breach. Haven's a really, really good map. I've seen some amazing execution for Breach on Haven. Good for the defense as well. There's some good angles through the walls, etc. Pearl, it's our second newest map. It's pretty interesting. We were sort of flipping up whether there was going to be a Lotus or not, but that was extremely quickly deleted by Dragons. And Danny was talking about off stream that like Lotus is hit or miss, and if you're not used to it, you really don't want to be hitting it. So that might be part of the reason Dragons have shut it down or not. We're not sure. Hopefully one day we will get to see them on Lotus, because you'll see how they can cope. But this is looking like a good map set. What do you think of these 3 maps together?
I do like the 3 maps together. I was saying this, and Bigfoot was good at calling me. You were very good at calling me on the why I dislike Fracture, and I think Fracture for the similar kind of vibe that Lotus is, which is if you're not ready for it, and actually we are jumping right in. If you're not ready for Fracture and you don't have good commits, and actually building off of what you're saying, Bigfoot, in terms of like maps where Breach is strong, I mean Fracture, I think Breach is king. Genuinely, I feel like in terms of this map alone, his pick rate goes from like maybe 20% to like 60 or 70.
Yeah, definitely the best flash lineups and aftershock lineups for sure, and some really good rolling thunder. KJ, obviously massive meta for this. Great on the defense, and you've also got one of the best lockdown spots in the entirety of Valorant in that basement in the underpass that can lock down the entire site, and it's quite hard to delete if you're holding both sides of that site. The defending team have to push out, or the attacking team if you're going for retake even, but it's less commonly seen in the retake. But if you can pop off a lockdown in the retake, that is really good stuff too.
Yeah, no, 100%. And actually, since Bigfoot and I have casted, a lot of stuff has changed. Obviously, Chamber's been taken to the ground. Roof doesn't seem to care. He's happy to go for that pick. But the big thing that has changed and why Killjoy is all of a sudden just completely blew up in terms of her pick rate. Breach's Aftershock no longer kills the lockdown. The lockdown got super buffed. It no longer dies to 150 credits, which fair probably shouldn't have in the first place. But it's made Killjoy dead reckoning.
Yeah, so we've seen it now. The only way to get rid of that is actually an ultimate. So it's an ultimate for ultimate trade now, which does make a huge difference. You can't just spend one little small bit of utility. You have to spend your whole ultimate to get rid of the ultimate. It makes a lot more sense, I think.
Yeah, I agree. So I really think so. And yeah, I mean, we're about to get in here now and looking at this pick. As we said, we've seen Roof. I'm very surprised to see Chamber on Fracture. I think Chamber on Fracture can be pretty good, but the sightlines are a bit awkward sometimes. They can be effective sightlines, but once they're kind of removed from like the initial round start, the initial hold on A or the initial hold on B, Chamber does struggle to kind of get really kind of clean angles. They have to be a bit more awkward, whether it's like a sight, whether it's like holding stairs on tower, so to prevent this push onto B, or holds A upper like on the site to kind of stop them pushing through main. But we'll have to see if maybe prove me wrong. Maybe Chamber is still deadly.
We'll have to see. And just before we get into this, I'd like to send a huge thank out to our sponsors, Prime Video, Prime Student, and Omen, for making this possible. And big good luck to the teams. We'll see who comes out on top of this. Haven't seen Dragons before, so it's going to be interesting to see them go ahead. One of my closest teams, and only closest I've seen them the most. Actually, thanks Keel for giving me, I think it was my first ever Valorant cast. So it was the Keel esports community or something. So yeah, I think they're the team I might have seen the most.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, definitely you're the one that keeps me educated on them because, I haven't been able to follow them near as much. But I recognize Dommage. We've seen him do some disgusting work. Houston, I believe, actually peaked Radiant. So quite a stacked team coming through at the minute. And here we go, immediately blasting off Dommage. Yeah, immediately aggressive, taken down immediately by Nair. The immediate raise diff. The most common diff on Fracture, I want to say.
Roof, yeah, just getting out of there. Hawkey's doing one of those simple lineups for the breach, pushing into sight. Chicken Feet takes him down with the turret, though. Squirrel tries to get the spike down, and it is going to go down good, but oh my days, losing someone to the turret, that's never a good feel.
Round 1, second pick that turret. Oh god, speaking of picks, Roof taking Rodox's head off. Not ready for Chicken Feet, though. Immediately returns Chicken Feet. Very aggressive push, actually. Houston, 45 HP. Breachstone's going to come through. Yeah, the headshot from Houston not going to be enough. Chicken Feet trades it. Squirrel now going to have to swing off. Feet actually with great positioning. Yeah, Squirrel just being completely collapsed upon. Spike going to get defused very comfortably. And yeah, hell of a start for round 1 for CES Dragons.
Yeah, and it was a lot to do for that last minute. Squirrel, one. Ooh, I hear some sound. Beautiful. Get that audio in my ears. Threw me off a little bit there. So yeah, great stuff. Now moving into the second round, we're going to see actually just the Spectres, but full shields. But so no crazy buys. I have seen some crazy second round buys before. So yeah, that'll just be the Dragons getting the Spectres up, and Rodox will be staying on that Sheriff.
Yeah, I to be honest, I think Fracture is one of the maps that most facilitates crazy buys because there's so many places to push from. You have Dish, you have A main, you have Arcade, you have B main. Like there's so many angles to kind of keep the guns safe. Particularly if you're on attacking and you take the first round. Unfortunately for the Kill Vandals, that wasn't the case. So we are seeing a lot of Sheriffs and the mini Marshall coming in from Roof, and immediately taken out by Rodox, traded by Dommage, and actually an empty A site. A lot of them in sand.
Yeah, they've been clearing some corners and throwing some grenades as if it wasn't empty, but as they jump down, we do have one coming down with an excellent 2k with the Spectre. Does get traded out. Oh, sorry, doesn't get traded out. Does get Houston as well. And yeah, it's now just one player for Kill Vandals yet again. Going to have to clutch it up with no armor, low health, and just a Sheriff. best that Domage can hope for is probably one more kill, but we'll see if they can get even more than that. Spike's going to go down, actually. Very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they just, Domage just right. Nah. Oh, Juanito picking up a very casual 4K, the Eco Demon, as I think referred to on ladder. Yeah, very good just to pick it up, and I mean, yeah, good to get the plant down at the very least. I think a lot of people really do underestimate the plant money.
Yeah,
like
it's
300 credits too.
Well, it's 1,500 between your whole team. It's like it's definitely it's like it's a piece or two of util for every single player. So yeah, I definitely think Domage got the right idea there. Seeing how far they were, saw there was enough time to get that spike down, gets it down, tries their best to get that headshot, but unfortunately just sprayed down with a Spectre on 66 health, no armor. Yeah, unfortunately Juan will come out on top with almost an ace.
Yeah, no, man picking up them kills. That 4-0 coming through. Salmon, the only version without a kill, but the breach stun actually, yeah, we did see that on the initial push on tower. Absolutely gorgeous use of util. But now full buy for the Kiel Vandals as they slowly creep their way to B site while Roof takes Nair's head off at Dish.
And Salmon's actually pushed down the drop towards Dish. There might even be two of them making this push out. But there's no one else there now. They've rotated off the back of it. They're pushing into B site. The turret gets taken down. The flash up into heaven, really, really important flash. Yet another reason why Breach is so good on this map.
Oh my gosh, the tree is just back and forth. Absolutely incredible. I mean, that is a 2 for 2 there. The side control is there for the Kiel Vandals. Roof's able to pick up Salmon, and he doesn't realize that Juanito's with him. It's 2 versus 1 for the Kiel Vandals versus just Juanito. And jeez, Domage doesn't waste any time. Just is that one tap? Is Domage showing off?
Maybe a little bit of flex making up for the previous rounds, but probably would have hoped to get 2 more guns out of that round. If you take a look at the Kiel Vandals economy, they do have enough to get more Vandals. Roof is got the ultimate on board, so that's really, really good for the 4th round, and they do have rifles in everyone else's pocket, and there is actually a Rawdox jet operator on the defensive side, which could be a huge thorn in the side of the Vandals.
Congratulations on winning 2 rounds in a row, CES Dragons, and saving all of that money for that op. I'm going to press X and I'm going to have 1 too. Nair immediately picks up actually the frag on Domage picking up Nair, and then Salmon coming through the doors and picking up. And both teams have been very aggressive and very proactive at just pushing someone to get a refrag or pushing someone to get the initial trade. It's been very entertaining to watch already. I'm not even going to lie.
Yeah, well, they were very keen in drop. As soon as one player went down at Dish, they had 2 players pushing back, trying to get that trade, but it was just empty. It was Ghost Town, and they pushed into B side and got that very, very vital 3rd round on the board.
Just have to see that Juanito's just ready. We do see it there. The Phantom's there. Oh, the ADS actually not going to save him. Houston getting the pick, and we do still see the tour de force is now out. The spike's about to go down, and if it does go down, this is going to be brutal for the side of CES to try and retake this. They do have the breach stun. They do have the lockdown, but yeah, uphill battle now.
Yeah, and Rawdox can't really do much with that up whilst those 2 smokes are down. A really, really good spot for the spike to go down, because they did spray through the smokes, but they weren't really spraying in that spot. I don't think they really expected to go down right at the corner, but we're going to see a lockdown come out from Chicken Feet. This could change this round a lot.
Yeah, this is quite a commitment though. If Squirrel's able to get the timing on the Salmon, yeah, able to find one, the lockdown is going to go down, but there's 2 players. Actually safe in the corner. I don't think Squirrel was aware. I don't think Squirrel was aware he was safe in the corner. I certainly wasn't. Yeah, Chicken Feet being completely blocked out by this util, and unfortunately for them, that's going to be a lockdown with very little value. Yeah.
Yeah, Houston hiding in the corner with the util. Excellent Killjoy tactics. It's exactly what you need to be doing, and it pays off big time. Even though that lockdown comes down, you know, the alarm bot, the double swarm grenades, they just held Chicken Feet down, so there was nothing Chicken Feet could do in that crucial moment. Roof tried to come out and get that extra kill. Roof did fall, so it was nearly a full death for Kiel Vandals, but definitely getting that round on the board is going to be very valued moving into this 5th round. Now it is going to be a save for Dragons. They're taken down in that 4th.
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying earlier, it's really it's quite frustrating in a good way though, and I really do appreciate where Chamber is. It's quite frustrating on the side of the Dragons. You know, 3 rounds come through, you're saving for that up, you're really, you know, you're scrimping every penny, and then Chamber presses X and he has the tour de force. Like, it's pretty harsh, but that is the ability of Chamber, and I think why he'll never truly go away. And Roof getting some really pretty huge picks actually on the A main, really opening up the site on that post plant, so really well played from him.
A little bit of quiet pushing and sort of map scouting, not even going for map control just yet, just trying to work out where there's some sound, where there's some util. We had Roof like scouting out Dish a little bit and now pushing a little bit further in. It does look like it will be an A execute. We've got 2 players, Nair and Salmon, holding down A. No information gathered by anyone just yet. I'm sure there'll be some sound or util soon. There we go. One shot as Salmon does get taken down by Roof.
Oh my days, actually, the Brimble, hell of a good strategy. It lets Nair pick it up. Houston retrading, but that's already 2 guns down. The Killjoy going through. This is a lot of commitment here, actually. You know, this is only a save from the side of CES, and they've already pushed out a lot of ultimates here. The Killjoy's taking down. Houston's having to do it all. Yeah, the takedown is going to go through.
Nice, Houston, get your ace, buddy.
Oh!
Go get it! Go get it! I love it!
Get it! Jesus! Whew!
That was insane, and with the jumping right clicks as well, can you imagine?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of stuff kind of passed over me there, man. That was yeah.
It's explosive, wasn't it? Like this is honestly one of the best ways to play Valorant is to stay silent and absolutely explode them with util, but you just also, without the information, run the risk that they're going to explode you back. And fortunately, like there was an explosion back actually from the Dragons, but Keel just managed to hold it down. They had more util and definitely more gunpower, and an ultimate from Tomaj starts off the round, taking down Salmon, but will be traded out by Juan.
A fitting use of the word explosion there, as I'm sure Domash would agree, as he immediately gets that first pick. Unfortunately for him, traded, but Nair, yeah, hearing the breach flash come through, immediately swing off it. Good for 1, not good for 2. Rardox, though, able to get that refrag. Houston trying to clear still, maybe picks if there's more. Gets 1. Immediately, though, the swing from Juanito, and this count, look at that! This is a masterclass!
Yeah, the Dragons were like, all right, you can take a few rounds off us, you can take a few, but we aren't going to let you take any more for now, and the scores are equaled out. It looks like a really, really good matchup tonight between these 2 teams.
That is the most congratulations on your frag, here is a refrag I think I've seen in a good while. That was, I mean, 1 pick happened and then Houston swung out, got 1. Then Chicken Feet swung out to get it. Then someone came out to get Chicken Feet. Then Juanito came out of the smoke on CT and immediately, yeah, explosive.
Tomaj blast packing in with the judge, but then Nair runs away with their own satchels. It's just too funny.
The explosion's coming through, the hellfire comes through, the party comes through. Yeah, Nair's able to pick up Houston, not able to get like Hockey though, able to pick him up. The judge carries the rolling thunder, the reverse rolling thunder.
Look at them go! What is going on, man? The stun bouncing back. Defenders do come out on top. Dragons in the end of that chaos. Before round 4 was chaotic, round 6 was even more chaotic. This is a good match on our hands, and we're seeing them at the top of the leaderboards, both Killjoys. This is really interesting. Some people are saying Killjoy still needs a bit of a buff, but I've seen a lot of matches recently where Killjoy sat way on top, higher than Chamber ever did as well. It's interesting.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm still kind of in awe about what just happened. I'm not gonna lie. Rardogs popping the knife though and absolutely helping clean up after both Rolling Thunders used. Yeah, really damn good, nice work from Dragons to finally put themselves 1 round up in the lead. And are we gonna see? Oh, I think that was a tag. Yeah, that was a tag. Hell of a flick from Rardogs.
Big tag.
The rest of the team, Arcade. The smoke goes down. What's the plan?
The plan is hopefully not to walk into this smoke too soon, but oh my days, Tomaj, what are you doing, mate? What is that? You should not be getting away with that. And now pushing even deeper, walking into more smokes, chasing Rardox down. Rardox now knows where they are because they sent a spray out. Now you've got a double peek. And definitely a good idea to retreat after that insane push.
Yeah, that was a disgusting put. I like Domage, man. That was rude. My co-caster is telling you not to push into a smoke, and you just... Yeah, but anyway, incredible push from it. It gets the gun, yeah, it creates a lot of space on Cafeteria, really pushes CES Dragons back. The spike is down, ticking away. The Aftershock is going to come through on Generator, such a common hidey hole, but no one going to be found. Everyone's just chilling in Arcade, actually, and Tower, the util's coming down now. This is counting down.
Good satchel, good satchel. Houston's going to make that push in, will be taken down. There's 4 kills instantly on the board for Dragons, and there's the 5th as Roof falls, and the Dragons make it 5-3, increasing their lead up to 2 points now.
Yeah, I mean, geez, like that was a very decisive retake. It's very difficult on Fracture to kind of hold that B site, like that, and it was a really good attempt from the Vals. I really like they just completely swap over to Arcade, to have that tower control, use all the utility because God knows there's a lot, and they haven't a lot of access to them. It was really, but yeah, just the counter smokes from Squirrel. Or Juanito, actually, sorry, just to, you know, immediately take that site control right back in the favor of the Dragons and give them the round.
And one of the great things about these sort of like semi-equal or equal tug of wars between two teams is you see the team behind start to push back and counteract what's going on. And we see that instantly as the push with the up gets taken down to 14 health. Good spray. Roof's going to try and get out there, only on 11 health though. And now the flash comes out and Roof will fall to near.
Yeah, I mean, you said it once again. You know, they're so ready to push. Juanito actually sitting in the Hellfire, not going to get a single pick. Actually, Hockey just bouncing around it, finishing him off, not allowing him to get any value. The Killjoy going through as well, giving them all the time that the Kiel Vandals need to get that plant down to keep that site control. Oh, actually, they maybe a little bit of a miscommunication there. Spike only going down now just as the Killjoy takes down. That's a lot of time. That's about 5-10 seconds already on the Spike that they could have had.
Yeah, in milliseconds alone mean everything when it comes to when the spike comes down. You've seen some diffuses, everything from like 0.05 seconds up, and like just every single millisecond counts sometimes when it comes to getting that spike down.
Hockey having to get pushed out there, really good Killjoy util. Squirrel immediately dealing with their swing. Swings out as well, kind of feeling himself on that. Really good swing, takes out too, and Tomaj finishing off. And yeah, the tug of war, Bigfoot, you put it best. Like, as soon as it looks like one team's running away with it, no, get back here. Get back here. We got games to play.
Yeah, even matchups are the best matchups you can get. You just don't know how it's going to go. Never mind in this one game, but in the best of 3 throughout the entire night. And look, a few rounds ago I was mentioning the Killjoys at the top of the leaderboard, and they're still there at 10-9. So everyone else is getting the kills for the past few rounds and starting to catch up, but no one's overtaken the Killjoy just yet.
Yeah, no, definitely. And one of the things I want to say, actually, for the Killjoy as well, but both teams have been doing this. I don't think I've seen so many ultimates used so decisively and so quickly. Maybe it's just me, but like it feels like there's at least an ultimate being used every round. This time it's the Porta Force coming through. Nair gets Squirrel fully blinded, still blast packs out. Death Wish from Nair.
Kill hungry, I'm not sure, but it's good fun all the same. Another trade comes through, and we're at 3-3, full health on all of them. The trades are just instant.
Meanwhile, over on the B side, Domaj just trying to get that clear out. Actually sees the recall come through. Yeah, Chicken Feet kind of cozied up. Swings through. Hockey barely able to get it though. The missed op shot from Domaj actually creating a bit of panic. But now that's the first time that there hasn't been an immediate reach frag. And speaking of reefer, okay. I was gonna say something, and Rardog's just.
We just shut up. We just both shut up. We just
what the fuck's what's the point of casting, man? What's the point?
Juan's gonna know what to do. Right, is there gonna be another refrag instantly? But if Juan can carry on off the back of this is excellent stuff. Domaj gonna make a push through the side. There is a grenade and an op in hand. The op could play to their favor, or it could backfire. Excellent first kill. Will the second one come off the top? Domaj is all on Domaj right now, but Juan pushes with the Phantom and comes out on top. Will get that defuse, making the lead back to 2 points. 6-4 to CES Dragons.
Yeah, I mean, jeez, like, it does seem to be really close. Like, I wouldn't put it past this being a 6-6 half. Like we see again, Domaj and Nair both with the showstoppers. Both, actually not both, but pretty close to both. Actually, not pretty close to both. 4-8 for the Aftershock for Salmon, but we do see like both showstoppers. One lockdown for the side of CES Dragons, and then the return Aftershock or Rolling Thunder from Vandals, so a lot of ults to trade here.
Oh, this is going to be a good round. Let's have a look at this. We've got 3 or 4 pushing Dish, 4 pushing Dish against 3 pushing Dish on the defensive side. Oh, no, it takes Roof and Domage with a with 2 for Roof, 1 for Domage. Naya did get 1, but it just wasn't quite enough. There was 4 of them pushing Dish, and an excellent read from Dragons, but the spray wasn't quite there. The shots worked out in favor of the Vandals.
That's my cast. That's what I can say is because legitimately, how many kills was that? Was that 5 in like a second?
4. 4 instantly. Yeah, 4 in like maybe like 10 bullets or like 20 bullets from if you count every single player.
Yeah, like oh my days, like as you said, that was a 4 versus 3 swing onto Dish. Spike's already down. Rardogs just has to chill over at B because there's not much he can do. But this push is coming through. Yeah, Domage blasts back it in, gets picked up, but Roof at least getting that refrag. Yeah, 6-5.
Now I'm just wonder why neither team used a breach flash there. Did they? I don't think I saw a breach flash come out or any assists on that kill feed, and it was just a blind peek from both teams. It all just came down to the gunplay.
I want to say personally, I think that comes down to whenever you're swinging with like 3 people like that. It's kind of crazy that both teams decided to really commit Dish there, and I think both teams were expecting to commit into maybe a 1 or 2 man at the most, like on the other end. So to have 3 versus 4 on Dish is quite absurd. Yeah, here we go. We're starting to get the ultimates now.
Well, there was 5 ultimates. 5 ultimates, and it's the last round of the half, so we're going to see something popping off. Yet another crazy round, but it seems like the Rolling Thunder and the Showstopper do just hit nothing. Clearing out sight, well, it clears out sight enough without getting any damage or stuns. Definitely managed to clear out sight completely and just get that easy free plant. But the smokes are running out too for Keel, so they're going to have to rely on the rest of their util, and we're going to see a chicken feet lockdown. This could be crucial.
Oh my days, it's all coming back. Both Hellfires come down, the lockdown goes down. Rardogs picks up Hockey, Squirrel's able to get the refrag in. The Molly's going to go through onto A lane, but look at the util still left. Domage picks up Rardogs with the paint shells. Chicken Feet's at least able to get the refrag, but it's 2 versus 2. Even with all of that, all of the ultimates, all of the util, it's still even. Juanito's begging for that smoke to stay up, and it looks like it's going to. Oh my god, Roof!
What were we saying about milliseconds, buddy? 0.04 on that stick.
Oh my, steals it away to make it a 6-6. Absolutely beautiful. Juanito begging for that smoke to stay up. It does, but Roof does not care about your smoke. Roof will find you through it. Oh my days, what a half.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest halves of Valorant I've seen ever, maybe. That was so good, and talking about equal teams, giving us a good show. It is 6-6 after the first half, making me happy. Looking into getting to the rest of this game and the next maps, I think we might even see 3 maps, and we might see quite a lot of even first half with these 2 teams. They are very, very equally matched, and this is a really, really good loggerhead kind of situation.
Yeah, and I think a lot of this is going to come down, as you said. I'm very happy this goes to map 3, but I think at this point already, just from how evenly matched these teams are, just from how much they're kind of pushing each other to each other's limits already, I think it's going to come down to who fatigues first.
Yeah, I was when you brought it up, I was thinking the same thing. It's about focus. It's about overstepping, or getting too confident or too crazy. It's going to be about maintaining composure throughout this entire evening for who can come out tonight. And speaking of maintaining composure, we see both teams behaving extremely carefully and extremely slowly. You can see the defenders have pushed all the way around to this is insane. So now we've got the 5-stack pushing into B, but they're aware there's no one on A. So now Vandals are coming back.
We want to play attack again. We want to go to the attack. Oh my days, speaking of going to the attack. Oh, yeah, absolutely crazy. I mean, yeah, that was really rough for Houston because Houston had knowledge that if the rest of Kiel Vandals are all able just to go through the enemy spawn, well, they must all be in arcade. Oh my days, there they are.
Yeah, there they are, all 5 of them. The Dragons just stacking it up. It's a really good tactic for Fracture, to be honest, because with the 4 entrances, if you just stack up into one and make that surprise, you're doing good. But there's kills going down left, right, and center. Vandals down to 2-player. No. The speed of Valorant, it was 3-2, and while I'm talking, they get all 3 and the defuse. Wow. first round in the second half to Kiel Vandals. After the first round in the first half, went to Dragons. Really good match we got on our hands.
It's legitimately just anything you can do, we can do better. And if they just keep doing that, I get to the point where it will just be a round is going to be decided because Roof swings into 5 of them and kills them all with a single tour de force shot. Like, that's the way this has been going. Like, usually in Valorant, at least from my experience casting, you know, there's a couple kind of hype moments and then everything kind of dies down. A lot of it plays chill. There has been no time to chill. There has been ludicrous situation after good push, after aggressive swing, after intense refrags, and it hasn't stopped.
Yeah, it's been like it's been less time to analyze than a lot of Valorant games. I mean, Valorant can always get very chaotic, but this has just been so fast paced. But there has actually, whilst it's been fast paced, there has been so many tactics to talk about that we might have to do like a post match VOD just to cover everything that's been going on. This has been insane.
Yeah, I agree. There's not much more to say. Yeah, I think that is really what you need there. We do see like the teams, the way they're just stacked, the way they're playing, the way both teams seem to communally agree to go aggressive, and then both teams are really happy just to rein it back. They really do have kind of a similar wavelength. And I think that's one of the funnest matches to watch, are teams with such similar wavelengths.
Dragons, this 5-stacking again. It's about to be seen by Domage. I did expect Domage to buy a shotgun in this first round and start blast backing around, but there will be the... Oh my god, I've been playing CSGO for a week and gun names are dropped. That's insane. It was the Marshal. And the Roof does get 1 kill with the Marshal. Salmon trades out. Domage gets another with blast back kill and 2 Spectre kills. Oh my days.
Chase after him with the nade. Domage is going for this. Domage is going to reload. The blast pack comes through. The spray is going through and picks up chicken feet. 4K. Yeah, that was once again, yeah, that just went from 0 to 100 in like a second.
Did you see Domage swap guns with Roof there as well? So it was Domage sitting with the Marshal. I nearly called it a scout a second ago. 1 week of CSGO, my brain's broken. But yeah, he handed over the Marshal over to Roof, and Roof dropped the Spectre, which was actually a really crucial point in that round.
Oh yeah, if Domage had a Marshal during that, there was no chance.
But the satchel kill, that's always a buzz, isn't it?
I just love it. I love it because you can hear it beeping while Domage is reloading. So, like, you can hear the entire thing just go down. Like, you can imagine that scenario in your head when you're 6 HP and you hear the beeping of the blast pack, you hear the Spectre being reloaded, it's like, I'm dead. Death is coming for me.
So Kiel on that bonus round, if they can get away with this round, that's going to be a really comfortable lead. But just with what we've seen so far, I don't see it happening. I see Dragons playing this round extremely carefully, using their guns to their advantage, using their utility. See an attacker Killjoy going down in the basement. We were talking about this before the game starts. This is extremely hard to push and stop, especially when you want a bonus or save. And Houston looks like they're about to get trapped, I think.
Oh, yeah.
2 detained.
2 detained. That's quite scary. And it does seem like the players are in pretty safe positions and they have backup. Yeah, the detains are about to wear off, so no actual frags from it. But yeah, just killing that time. Once again, that's like, how long's a detain? Do you actually know? I think it's like 6 seconds, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
Yeah. So like, oh no.
Oh my days, the retake. 1, 2. Oh, it was so close for Dragons, but Squirrel comes out with the swing, gets the diffuse off, and it will be an extra point on the board for the Vandals, giving them an extremely comfortable lead in this second half. Dragons, so comfortable when they were defending, managed to even the scores so often, but finding it hard to get off to a fast start in this attacking side.
Yeah, and I mean, as you said, no, that was a really big round for Vandals to take. You know, that that was, you know, kind of their half buy, their kind of bonus. So to take that away now, we do see like a bit of a broken buy for the CES Dragons. Basically, all light shields except for Ardox, who's opted for the Bulldog, which, to be fair, in the right hands, is terrifying. I feel like we've all swung and gotten triple dinked by a Bulldog at some point. It just happens.
Okay, Roof. Okay. Okay.
What? What?
Just easy ult orb, mate. Easy ult orb. That's why Chambers Util was designed that way, so you can pick up ult orbs. That's exactly what it was designed for.
Just so you can stare down your opponent, just go, I'm taking this. I don't care. I'm taking this and I'm leaving. Okay, you're good with that? Bye.
You've seen the cat meme where the cat stares the owner in the eye and pushes the thing off the table. That's what that reminded me of. I'm going to stare you in the eye and take this orb.
I'm taking this tour de force, and there's nothing you can do. It's mine now. Yeah, that was gutsy. I would say another word, yeah, gutsy. I think is definitely the word from that. And now, yeah, CES Dragons are staring down, still the strongest gun in the game, even with a 53% reduction in its fire rate.
Yeah, it's still so strong. It's just slow. That's slow as well. If you got 2 or 3 players grouped up and you hit one of them, they're all instantly slowed for seconds.
Speaking of seconds, actually, 32. There's not long left. We are going to see the explosion from CES Dragons kind of come through now, and they're not going to have to deal with the tour de force. But that's a stun plus nade. In theory, that might actually do a lot of damage. Houston's able to get out, actually, and get a frag instead. Nair's able to get one. Houston's able to pick up Juanito. Chicken Feet immediately getting the killjoy def. The Cloudburst going through just to give Nair that cover, and that was a very, very low time plan.
Nice, Domage. Beautiful shot, but Rawdox trades out. Roof gets Rawdox. It's trades back and forth, and now it is just Chicken Feet versus Roof for this last little bit.
I don't think Roof knows. I don't think Roof knows.
Roof hasn't got a clue. Going too fast.
No,
yeah, there was time to take it slow, but Roof was a little bit too hungry, and we were talking about composure and the ability to take it slow where required. And unfortunately, Roof rushes a little bit too fast and does get taken down.
I do want to, because personally, at least for me, for how I played that, if I put myself in Roof's shoes, I make that same mistake, because in theory, if someone's hiding behind that box, they should swing off your contact in cafeteria. When Roof took the first shot and took down, I forget who it was exactly, but in theory, your brain's going, oh, well, if someone was hiding behind that box, if Chicken Feet was hiding behind that box, he'd swing me, because I have to reload. Yeah. But, you know, but with that patience was really good.
A little fake satchel, pretend to run away. I'm not sure if that was a fake satchel or a miss satchel, but 2 kills straight away already.
Red green.
What are you saying?
Red green.
Yeah, I got you. We're playing traffic lights up in this kill feed. But right now it is all red as Quan and Rawdox get 2, and it is just going to be Roof standing for the Vandals. Operator in hand. Can't he pull anything out? Excellent shot through the wall. You don't want to be standing behind that wall when you're against an operator that is extremely low health for CS Dragon's Jet.
I think
Rawdox.
Roof just wants to keep this up, though. I mean, the damage is good.
Of course you do, yeah.
Yeah, just kind of run away with that. Yeah, that was yeah, I do appreciate if it was going back to what you mentioned about Domage and the fake blast pack. If that was intentional, then this game of chess has gotten too big brain for me. I'm out. Like, that's like 6th dimensional chess. Like, that's chess in another parallel universe that you're losing, that you don't know you're playing. That's the level we've gotten to, if that's the blast pack bait.
No way! I thought that was going to be 2, but it was 1. That'll do. That'll be enough for Roof.
Oh, I thought that was a collat.
Yeah, it looked like one. I have no idea why it wasn't a collat. It really did look like one to me, but we'll see. Maybe it's that tick rate.
Maybe it's that tick rate. Maybe it is that tick rate, actually. And one of the things that we didn't mention as well, there's obviously been so much to kind of talk about with these, with the new season, with the like the chamber nurse and stuff like that. But one of the things that the rendezvous now, you go so much further. Like, Roof was able to get that pick and get out, no questions asked. Which you know, Chamber has obviously just, you know, objectively gotten worse. But in those kind of situations where you are just trying to save an op and maybe get a pick, he has gotten a buff.
Rawdox going to make the push for the Blaze very early on, but oh, not peeking. Going to take this rotation round underneath the sewers. Could get an excellent flank on Roof, to be honest.
Just waiting now. Yeah, I mean, we see this push. Yeah.
Yeah, Rawdox. If Rawdox just made it. Interesting. So the push is actually going to come in through the A site with Rawdox left in the sewers with the Blaze-Storm pop. This is a very interesting setup. Aftershock's going to come through in just a second, and it is going to hit them very hard.
That's a brutal stun. It's actually not able to get much. Juanito immediately picking up. Doma is trying to do his best, but Chicken Feet immediately getting it. The Hellfire... I keep calling it Hellfire. Orbital Strike. It's just because Brim says Rain Hellfire, and that's all that's stuck in my head. The Orbital Strike coming down actually from the Kale Vandals, not picking up anything. And the rotate on the B's very fast, although Houston's still here ready for it. Activates the util, maybe arguably a bit early. Yes, Salmon takes him down. Roof's able to at least pick him up, but Nair immediately puts it back.
I think so far for both attacking teams, it's been safe to assume that Killjoy is going to be behind that box. It's been extremely common, hasn't it?
Yeah, you're completely right. I can't wait until it's just pre-firing that box is all that happens. Can't wait. Oh, but yeah, I mean, Squirrel's going to have to make something just work here, and unfortunately for him, goes down. And, I mean, Keel looked like they were running away with that for a little bit. It was 6-9.
Yeah, and now it's 9-9. We definitely do have a match in his hands. Really beautiful stuff to see, man. A couple of loads on the board now. We've got one. We got the lockdown for Houston and the Rolling Thunder for Hawkeye. Going to actually activate a timeout. That's interesting. Vandals. Sometimes timeouts are activated when people are really far behind, but I guess they've lost their steady lead, so they want to make sure they can sort of pull that back and going to try and maybe get a bit of the read of what Dragons have done the past 3 rounds to catch up.
I want to say, I mean, particularly as well, that's 3 rounds off the trot now that Vandals have lost to the Dragons. And I think at this point, this, at the very least, this is kill their momentum. This is force them to calm down for a minute, force them to just kind of sit and, you know, if they don't have really anything to talk about in a timeout, because genuinely, a minute doesn't seem that long, but if you don't have much to kind of discuss or you already have a game plan, that minute of just, I want to go, I want to play, it can really get to you.
Yeah, it's a really, really good shout. Just a tactical timeout. They might just be sitting there chatting about the latest TV show or something at the minute. Who knows?
Who's seen The Last of Us, baby?
Yeah, I have. It was beautiful. Really
really
beautiful.
good. But it ends now.
So yeah, and on the attacking side of the Dragons, we have 3 ultimates. We do have a lockdown, so we could see 2 lockdowns in one go. Important to know that Juan has the. I'm going to call it health. You know, if Brim can call it a Hellfire, I'll call it Hellfire. If it's good enough for Brim, it's good enough for me. Juan's got the Hellfire too. Salmon with the Rolling Thunder. So this could be some interesting, like ultimate to ultimate play, like we saw in the first half.
And actually, it's one that you've just mentioned it, and we haven't mentioned it actually all game. There's nothing really for like in terms of the kind of like the aftershocks and everything like that. And like it is going to be quite a big difference just because Chamber's there. Because Chamber doesn't get affected by stuns, really, because he can just teleport out. You know, that Chamber instead of the Jet is going to really change a lot of how these ultimates kind of interact. Except if it was just a mirror, you know, obviously it would kind of work the same way. But a Chamber instead of a Jet, you might get caught out sometimes that you wouldn't have if it was a mirror. You might be able to get out of situations. Oh, and speaking of situations, we're about to find ourselves in one.
Oh, Rawdox does come out on top, but are they aware there's one? But yes, they're aware right now and does get the double headshot, but Houston did take down Chicken Feet in the midst of that.
Gone as well for them now, yeah. I mean, that's gone down.
Yeah, lots of footsteps as they push in really fast. It's going to be an easy sight for Dragons. I'm not sure what Keel Vandal spoke about in the timeout, but whatever they planned hasn't quite worked out for them as Dragons have got an easy plan, and now it's up to Vandals to take this retake. All 3 pushing from Arcade.
I think they were trying to do again that we're all going to push Dish, but there was just no one. Oh, sees the knee, jumps out,
knee
gets stunned.
The knee shot.
Oh, run it down. What is happening? Oh, and here we go, the big commit, the big push now.
That knee shot was knee good as they made that push up the rope. Oh no, and the oh my days, Rawdox absolutely crucial in that defense there as they pushed out of heaven with all the confidence in the world. They get taken down from A main.
Yeah, before that knee appeared on screen and completely dismantled what we were the discussion before that. As I was saying very quickly, I think it was just Cadle did a Dish commit, but this time Dragons weren't there to meet them. Unlike last time where 5 people died in like a second.
Yeah, and this is why I love Fracture, bro. It's about gamble. There's a lot of gambling you have to do in Fracture. It's why it can be so fun. And the gamble unfortunately didn't pay off.
Yeah, that's true. Then, speaking of, yeah, the showstopper coming through. Are they meeting each other? No, they're not meeting each other.
Gamble.
That's a gamble there, though.
What? Is that a dash? That was a dash. It was a dash.
That was a dash into the rocket.
Into the rocket, not even out, not backwards, not sideways. We can't go under it, we can't go around it, we gotta go through it. They're going on a bear hunt, but now it's Squirrel with a 2K as Roof gets one as well. This might be Keel Vandal's chance to squeeze this back.
Wow, what a spray transfer as well. Spray transferring in Valorant's hard. That was fast. That was not a missed bullet in between. Very nice shooting from Squirrel. Rawdox wanted to at least try and put his team on that kill feed a little bit more, and he is going to do it. Spike, though, all the way down that B site, and there's only one person protecting the B site, and it is in Cafe, and it is Roof. The Killjoy turret's down. Juanito's got info. This might be huge.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to read this arcade push, but Roof is scouting it, but just a little bit too late. No, my days, as Juan makes it into the spawn with the spike as well. This is insane positioning for Juan.
What is happening?
No, gets Rodox almost. Juan's positioning was just too good, but this kill, the first kills cost Dragons a lot, and now it is up to Juan to do a 1v2 to keep this spike down.
Oh. The shot's just not making it there. Houston able to run in and take it. Yeah, that's maybe the most just timing moment I've seen in a while. Had it taken a slight bit longer for the chamber just to see the jet, that would have been a completely different story. But like that would have led to a 2 versus 2 post-plant situation. Both Lockdown and Hellfire available for opposing teams, basically cancelling each other out, which then leads to the decision: do you use it? Do you want to force the Hellfire out just to break the Lockdown? Do you want to force the Lockdown out just to break the Hellfire? Or do you want to try and save it for a bit of a greedier purpose, but one that might ultimately result in more value?
Caution here.
Yeah, it's a poker game of chips, and Juan went all in, pushing spawn with the spike in hand without any information or scouting utility. That was insane, but how much did that pay off?
Yeah, I mean, genuinely it did. Now here we are, Roof immediately at it, pulling out the tour de force. A bit of a slower. We do see the 3-man stack up at kind of dish direction there. I genuinely think after that, just 4 versus 3 dish commit, everything is on the table just for the teams meeting each other and killing each other before the site's even an option.
I'm interested to see how these ultimates come out this round as well. We do have the Bladestorm getting pushed up the ramp of Dish, but there's a lot more ultimates on the board that we might see appear. We also have Ruth with the Tour de Force hiding, and it's calm right now, but things could really pop off in this round when this execute starts.
There are 7 ults available. 2 of them have been popped. That's 3.
3 of them have been popped.
That's 3. How many more are we going to see, ladies and gentlemen? Join me as the Count from Sesame Street counts down the ults. There's another one with the Killjoy going down. So that's 4.
Count Dracula.
Yeah, yes, the Count. We're going to do this. We're just going to do this. 5.
Oh my days. Now straight back down to gunplay. Hawkeye getting 2. Juan does get 1 though. Another satchel comes out. Doesn't get a satchel kill, unfortunately. But are they going to push down from Dish? There's 24 seconds. They pretty much have to do this. They've got to push Spike on the other side of the A side, but it won't be enough. Now it is just Chicken Feet standing for the Dragons. Domage sending a grenade out. Chicken Feet does get the kill, and now it's a 1v1, but there is not time to run and get this Spike. Houston has to die for this round to go into the hands of the Dragons, and I just don't think there's enough time.
Houston is pushing. Houston could get caught here. It's unlikely.
Oof.
But there was a chance there that Chicken Feet did something heroic.
Mate, we're talking about gambling. Houston should have just got on that rope, right? Just run away. It was what's called securing the round, is what we call it. Why secure the round when you can just...
It's not running away. It's not cowardice. It's tactic.
Yeah, it's literally the only... It's like if you're talking about like what you have to do to guarantee the round, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
But sticking around for that kill just to drop a Vandal from the economy of Dragons has also paid off, because look at their economy. They're into another save round. They've got 1 rifle on the board, and it might not be enough to secure this round, which would put Vandals onto match point. Roof getting an excellent first kill onto Rodox, and it's an excellent start for Vandals in this 22nd round.
Well, you know what? The Jet died. She didn't have her ultimate. We still have 6 on the board. Who knows what's going to happen here? Because very much now, as you say, Keel Vandals 1 away from match point. If they take this, these ultimates are going to need to start going down a lot. Houston with it. This is a cheeky. Is he going to get away with this?
We have a problem. Go on.
Is he going to get away with this?
I'm sure he knows. Does he not know Chicken Feet's there? He hears a sound anyway, but is... Oh, no. Aftershock. Excellent crucial assist there. And the spike's going to go down.
Yeah, and the Showstopper coming through just to clear out the site. CS Dragon's good to get the Spike down. The Hellfire comes down. Another ultimate gone now for Kale. Spike is taken down, but the guns are in the disadvantage for... There's both Aftershocks coming out as well. Chicken Feet actually swinging out, doesn't get caught by the Aftershock, by the Rolling Thunders. Actually cleans up quite a lot. Nair's able to get Hockey. It's just Squirrel left.
I thought this was in the bag for the Vandals, but yet again, absolutely surprised by the way these two teams, what they're pulling out. They're pulling out the shots. They're digging deep, and surprising me in lots of these rounds we've expected to go one way and have swung the entirely opposite way, bringing us almost to overtime.
legitimately, I think there's an echo in this lobby. Let's go, Hellfire, Hellfire. They're just it's just the same voice line. Oh, you used your ult. I'll do that. That looks cool. I'll do that. The trend setting here, and now we are just left with the lockdown versus the orbital strike. It always comes down to this.
Oh my days! And you know it's so important to save your orbital strike against those lockdowns. And
Look at this push.
Houston with the sheriff, gonna get far. That push is coming in fast, and it's going to come all the way from Dish round to Arcade as they push in B main with a 5-stack. These have been insane. It's not often you see these huge 5-stack pushes on Fracture so commonly. Opposite pushes from each team as well. Rawdox gets one, Nair gets one, Houston gets one trade, but the Vandals are down to 3 players now as Dragons sit comfortably on 4 with the spike down.
Vandals kind of need this as well. Their econ isn't great, their buy isn't fantastic, the Killjoy now committed, but that is going to immediately, I assume, be melted. Yeah, the orbital strike comes through, cuts off a lot of tower as well, which is even better. Roof actually, though, in the background, picks up Sam and took the rope all the way. Domaj finds up Rawdox, and all of a sudden, as you said, it always feels guaranteed, and then it always feels like you know it's going to go one way.
Stop it, stop it.
What's happening?
Stop it. What is going on? What the hell is going on in this match? The Vandals come out on top again. The back and forth tug and war, man. This is insane.
Oh my...
They were on a save round.
I was making the point of, oh look, now we see Juanito coming through, stopping the defuse. Oh, we thought it was gonna go, and then Juanito missed like a million shots, and then Domaje just kept defusing, and then Roof showed up out of nowhere, and V-Link and shot him in the back. What is happening?
Danny, we are blessed, mate. At those finals, we saw some of the maddest moments in Valorant history, in University Valorant history. An Omen TP 5k ace, but this has been one of the best entire games I've seen. It's just been full of critical moments, and another really big push comes out. Houston gets a good kill. They are desperate to get this 13th round and win on the board.
Yeah, no, and damn right they're getting it, but that underneath, that 3-man push underneath! What is this, man? The stun coming through, Juanito picks it up with a stinger! It's been nerfed, but it's still good at those ranges. That run and gun cannot be beaten!
Oh my days. I can't believe this match.
I just want to hear a soundboard of the amount of just noises I've made that I pretend to call casting.
Rawdox, okay.
I mean,
it's overtime, mate. There's no way it's not overtime.
Raise the roof. This is it. If Roof does this, it's raise the roof. Come on, Roof.
The inverse caster curse. There's no way you can do it. No way.
No, come on, no.
The high-low is just too much. And we're gonna hit overtime. And if there was one game of University Valorant that was worth starting a YouTube channel that analyzes University Valorant, it is this. This has been as good and as exciting as anything I've seen in the VCT.
Yeah, no, legit. Yeah, no, like, yeah, you're just right. I'm not even going to try and debate that for a minute. We have, I mean, look at that round breakdown. 2, then 3, then 3, then 1, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 2, then 1, then 1, then 1.
Wow. Do you think this overtime is going to be over fast, or do you reckon we're going to be starting to hit some high digits?
Boil the kettle, lads. We're here for a while. that's going to be mine. Well, actually, I would say boil the kettle, but then you have to leave. You have to stop watching this. So get someone else in your household to boil you a kettle. You're here for a while.
Oh my days, Domaj again with a push, and Nair tries to get away, does get away with the screaming of their life, but Nair is low health, and Domaj flicks on a Salmon as the door opens, and the door is opening for this first round to head it over to Keel as they do get the third kill on the board.
Yeah, so anyway, about this being over fast.
Mate, this is just the attacking side. They switch in a second. I mean, this round might be over fast, but it does not mean that overtime is over fast on the whole.
That is true. Domaj actually quite a bad whiff on the enemy raise, but immediately making up for it with that door opening, the breach coming through. Yeah, Domaj off with chicken feet, while he was already in a fight. Hoggy picking him up. That's a flawless. What a decisive start to this overtime.
Yeah, and if this, if this was in the middle of the main match, that would mean so much to the economy, but we're back to equal economies and we're switching sides to move over to this 26th round of only the first map between Dragons and Vandals. And look at those kills starting to rack up. We're starting to see 26s, 24s, and I'm looking forward to see what the ACS is on Chicken Feet and Roof.
I just want to point out, right? Salmon, yes, 8 kills. 21 assists!
That's how you play these util players, isn't it? When you're playing an Omen or a Breach or something, you want to be getting those assists right up. Another really big push from Domage. Domage is loving these satchel pushes. But Salmon's going to flash, and I think it will be a kill. No, yeah, does get Squirrel, but it's traded out by Hawkeye. Chicken Feet gets Domage down, and what's Hawkeye going to do? They're going to fall! This fight. Here we go, mate. See? Back and forth. 26 rounds on the board, 13 to 13. This tug of war is insane.
Yeah, no, this Domage and Hawkeye. Hawkeye has been just like farming those assists from Domage. What's it called? It's not the aftershock. The fault line. Breach's stun into Domage, just flying in and through the air like an angel of death every single time. You said he loves it, and he really does seem to. A few kind of whiff shots for kind of near the end there, picked up by util, I think, for the just pushing Vandals over to take them back and take this. Yeah, 13-13 again, or pushing the Vandals away while Dragons makes this 13-13.
I don't want to be negative, but there's just two little things I'm sad about here. One is that we won't be able to see a final rematch of this because whoever loses is unfortunately going to drop out of the losers bracket. And the other thing, I want to see more shotguns. I always want to see more shotguns.
I was so polite. I want to see more shotgun. Yeah, that's actually a really great point that you've brought up. That, yeah, this is all to play for, and these teams are acting like it.
Yeah, man.
Like, there is no hesitation. Spikes are down, util is down, everyone is playing together, everyone is willing to make a play work. And one of the things that I've said, and it's quite, maybe some people find this controversial, if someone does a bad play on your team, and you commit to it with them, it's not a bad play.
Yeah, if you get that
It's
trade,
only bad if you just let them kill themselves.
Yep.
Oh, and speaking
No
of...
way, it's a surprise peek from up on the top with 3 players to 3 players, but the spike is starting to tick quite fast. The diffuser's going to try and come in, but it's going to have to be let go of. Chicken Feet gets Roof. The aftershock comes out.
That stun coming through. Chicken Feet really trying
There's
to
no
cut them off,
time,
but they
there's
have
no
to stick it
time.
now, and they can't.
So, the Dragon's going to have to take another stomping to equalize this out for another round again, and it's all about focus, man. Like we said many rounds ago, it's about fatigue, focus, and endurance, and who can stay focused the longest, and right now, I'd say they're still pretty even setting on that. Wow.
We're out of breath. We are literally out of breath. There is so much yelling and screaming and so much hype that your casters are dead, ladies and gentlemen. Before, we're meant to go to best of 3. We might just have to call it here and just let them cast themselves because we're out. We're dead. This has been absolutely insane, and it's already started off so explosively. The word you use, Bigfoot, capitalizes this and encapsulates it so perfectly.
No, but these teams are playing with so much energy. I think I'm getting some vibes off the back of it. Their play style is just caffeine into my veins, and if they keep playing like this, I might be all right for the rest of the night. Again, we're going to see this really slow start to a round, but it's just going to explode in our faces in just any second now. Actually, no, they're going to... Yeah, they are. I was thought they were about to re-rotate again, but it does look like the execute is about to come in as soon as this smoke drops. Roddox made that push into the smoke to start with. What's going to come out? The spray comes through. Roddox steps to the side. A little bit more util in Hawkey's pocket, though, so this could still be a hard push once that smoke drops down. One's made that push out, and what's going to happen?
Oh my days, the stun immediately come through. Roof actually finding Nair and Dash. Roddox picks up Domage. The timing, though, just from Juanito there's swinging through. And this is for them to stay in. The run and gun! Juanito doesn't care anymore! Picks up another one, picks up Roof as well. And you said it, man. 50 seconds of nothing happening, and then 20 seconds and everyone's dead. Yeah. And now this is the thing. Juanito, with both 2 smokes remaining, can get out close to A lane with the orbital strike. Doesn't need it as he drops Houston.
Does need it. Go on,
well,
mate.
he does. He needs it for the style points. All right. Doesn't need it for the round win. Needs it for the BM. Doesn't need it for the round win. And we're back again. Oh days, where it's not going to end.
That adds 1D, but it doesn't add a K, does it? So that you get 1 death for that, but you don't get a kill for killing yourself, unfortunately. But good little clip there, good little style points, like you say. Moving into this 29th round, and we're gonna stick with the same buyout every time. No one's been buying shorties or sidearms. You can see that money still sticking in their pockets, the 400s and 300s. They're just sticking with the classics, and haven't seen the glass cannon yet. So we've been in a pretty solid overtime meta, just sticking to these Vandals, but. You know, with both teams getting the attack side every round, could probably see something changing in this matchup if something changes in the defense side. So maybe a glass cannon might be where it's at.
Yeah, I feel like the glass cannon is kind of not a sign of breaking, but a sign of right. This ends here. Either we win or we lose. I think the glass cannon's like so often a sign of that, where it's like, right, oh, jeez, what a shot from Hockey. Salmon in there, though, immediately traded by Hockey. Decided, no, and the rolling fall coming through. Nair is trapped, but they might not know he's there. No, okay, the satchels are coming through. They do know he's there. Nair's looking around. He's a bit panicked. He doesn't know what's happening.
What? The wallbang headshot comes through from Hawkeye. Nair maybe shouldn't have given their location away with the satchels, but absolute desperation there, assuming they were going to get pushed. Chose to do something, and it did backfire.
We've already seen one ace as well, and Hockey's on for the 3k right now. Could Hockey match Chicken Feet for another 3k? I think there the info's getting caught. The Swarm Nade's going to come out. That is going to push Hockey out into the sight of Chicken Feet. Gorgeous double. It's only 2 shots needed, and it is now 2 versus 2 for the retake for CES Dragons. This is going to be tight.
Very, very difficult stuff, and it is definitely Chicken is definitely this defending side that needs to change. But Chicken Feet with an excellent kill as Roof takes down Rawdox and does finish off Chicken Feet, and we've only seen attacker side wins in this overtime. So someone needs to change their defense or their retake.
Match point.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you've summarized it just beautifully. That's the most eloquent way to put it. Something needs to change for the side of this the defenders here, because yeah, attack is just. I mean, I'm not surprised. The energy this team just shows is like these teams are showing is just attack is just. Yeah, attack is just. Oh, look at all this util we have. It's on you. You're dying.
Glass cannon.
We're gonna shoot you. There's the glass. Oh, here we go. Roof deciding to end it all.
But it's also a gamble, and Roof is going to push this long. Rawdox is camping that angle as well. It does look like it might be clear, but they're going to push around. They're aware the glass cannon might be coming out. They're not going to push it. And that's where the glass cannon can backfire.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, oh no. Oh! And there it goes. Okay, the Vandals losing one immediately. They lose the AUE, but we do see, yeah, here we go, the explosion now, the commit from onto the B site. Houston immediately stopping it. Picks up 1, picks up 2. What? The flash is going to come through from the teammate actually not getting Houston. Look!
Where are you looking, Houston? Where are you looking? You don't know where to look. And I'm not surprised because it's chaos yet again. Satchel push onto site from Nair, but Domage gets the kill. It's 2-1. Is this where Vandals take it or not? And it is! Vandals taking the first round tonight.
Oh my days, like, that was, yeah. My hair's messy. My hair is literally messy because of how much I've been doing this. Because of how much I've been doing this. Because of how much I've been like, wow, that's been insane. Yeah, I mean, hell of a first go. I mean, very well played from both teams. Bringing us up 1-0. So actually, just before we jump to break, what is the maps looking like, Bigfoot, for the remaining maps?
So we've just had Fracture, which was Keel's choice. Dragons chose Defense, and I can't really comment on that backfiring or not because it was just so surreally equal. So Keel have chosen Attack on the next map, which is Haven, that the Dragons did pick. And I just want to have a little look. I said I really wanted to see the ACSs of the last map, and we do have Chicken Feet, unfortunately from the losing team, but sitting on top of the leaderboard with a KDA of 32, 23 and 6, and an ACS of 297.
Damn, that's a hell of a high number, and I imagine we'll be seeing similar numbers. If the teams can pull that out again, we'll be seeing similar numbers. But for the meantime, I think it's safe to say everyone needs to process that game. So we will, I think, be jumping just for a short break, and we'll be joining you momentarily.
Transcend humanity with Omen.
What is that?
It's cutting edge VR, Flynn.
It looks like it's something from the future, you know?
Flynn took a trip to future London. Saw something she wasn't supposed to. Now people from there are trying to kill us.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back from what I hope was a very refreshing break and a very calming break after, I say with no hyperbole, as someone who casted the finals for this in winter, maybe my favorite I've ever watched played of University Esports League Valorant. Bigfoot.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, just in case you missed me say it, I said if there's any excuse to start a YouTube channel analyzing university esports, as we see a lot of YouTube channels, tearing down those VCT events afterwards. This was the match that would cause that, and I'm actually seriously considering it because that was absolutely insane. Back and forth, complete tug of war, mental grit against mental grit, so much blood spill, and really, really good stuff with the Kiel Vandals just holding it down. The first team to take the defending side in overtime and taking that win. And what do you think it really came down to?
For me, I mean, the thing I was saying kind of off stream, I think it was for me personally the cohesion. As we said, I got to the point where I was just yelling red, green, red, green, red, green because the amount of refrags that was happening, and I really confused Bigfoot whenever I did it. Sorry about that, man.
Okay.
Apologies for that. I never actually did apologize for that. But yeah, even whenever there was someone like all the way over on another site just lurking, it felt so deliberate. It felt so calculated. It didn't feel like someone was just pushing a site and the rest of the team pushed another site and then they're going, oh, the John Travolta, what's going on here? That kind of thing. But what about yourself? Because there's a lot to that.
Well, I agree, and I think it did definitely come down to endurance, like you said early in the map. That this will come down to endurance, and I think it did come down to endurance to an extent, but with it really came down to the defensive side in overtime, ultimately. So the fact that it reached overtime was to do with what you said, for sure. The fact that they were just had really good team cohesion. But the fact that overtime did end and in favour of the Kiel Vandals was a matter of the retake coming back strong, because the defence failed when the glass cannon fell. And it looked bad for Vandals when the glass cannon dropped. But then the retake was really on the ball and Vandals came out on top.
Yeah, I mean, I completely, yeah, because we were talking a lot about obviously the glass cannon. I'm kind of, as I said, and I do think it's quite accurate. When the glass cannon does finally show, that's usually kind of a make or break. Because at that point, it will either get a really big pick at the start, and it'll create such an advantage, or it'll do kind of exactly what you said, which is if you don't get the angle or if you don't get the pick, well, you've got nothing now. You don't have that initial advantage. You're now stuck with an operator. You're stuck with light. You're stuck with no shields. Sorry, which can really put you at a disadvantage.
Yeah, and I need to see a replay to confirm what I'm saying, but it might have been the when the glass cannon was taken down, that he pushed a little bit too fast and too confidently off the back of that. Sometimes they're dead. Go 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 go. That's the person holding the angle, and sometimes the op is actually just solo. Maybe no one else around on the site. So that might have been it, but I would have to double check the replay. But sometimes getting that first pick can actually give you that boost of confidence that can work in your favor, but it does have the chance of working against you if you're pushing a little bit too fast off the back of the first or second pick.
Well, I feel like for both teams now, the game is in the past, so let's look ahead to the future. Let's look ahead to the next map coming up. So it is, yeah, as we see, it is Haven. CS's pick, actually. CS Dragon picked that, and Keel picked Attack, which is... Whenever we discuss the kind of, which side you pick, it's quite interesting because basically every map, as far as I know, still is defender-sided. I don't think that's changed, even with Havens being a 3-site map. Bigfoot, please correct me if I'm wrong on that. But it means whenever a team picks Attack, it's, quite interesting to see what they kind of have planned out or what their thinking is.
Yeah, the breach will probably come out for both teams again. We saw a Jet versus a Chamber. So that was a Chamber on the side of Keel and a Rawdox. For Dragons playing the Jet, a Rawdox. The new agent, a Rawdox. So we could see. I definitely think we'll see some similar picks moving into this. Apparently Houston has been enjoying Omen recently. So Salmon on the Omen and Houston on the Omen we love to see it, and I love to see it. I can't stop talking about that moment in the finals. Just in case anyone wasn't here when I said it last time, there was a moment in the finals where I think was it Nuki teleported and got an ace off the Omen that closed the map. It was insane.
That was Emphasis ace making the rounds because it's me shrieking over it, being in such shock, you being in such disbelief. Yeah, I mean, I love casting games with Omen with you because you love Omen and it's you're the most enthusiastic. If someone teleports into a smoke, you get so happy and you get excited and giddy because of that cheap shotgun trash. The frustrates
trash. Oi!
Sorry. Skill. Sorry. Yeah, but it frustrates everyone else that isn't the Omen player, and when you're the Omen player, you're the guy that loves Omen. Oh yeah.
Domage pushed into a smoke before when I said don't do it, you've only got a sheriff, and gets the headshot with a damn sheriff of all things.
That was a gorgeous shot. I remember that. That was beautiful.
Domage was so aggressive last round with the Rays. It's going to be interesting to see what they pull out with the Phoenix, and we've got some very, very different comps here, so this could be really, really interesting.
Actually, yeah, bringing up my notes quickly. So Roof, Roof primarily was Sentinel player. We seen him actually last time on the Chamber, but yeah, Cypher's what I've gotten down here as kind of his main comfort pick, and Cypher is an agent that legitimately, I think, he might be, in my opinion, maybe not my favorite to play, but design-wise, he's the agent that probably changes the most about the game, but in the healthiest way.
Yeah. Someone posted a thread on Twitter earlier asking who needs the biggest buff right now, and it was interesting seeing some of the replies. Obviously, nearly every agent got a tweet reply, but there seems to be quite a strong yearning for Cypher to be stronger still, and I do agree with it. I do think that Cypher could get stronger without being broken. I did like the fact that, you can't destroy the wires anymore. I thought the trip wires being longer was amazing and just needed for so long, but I do think it could get a little bit stronger still without being broken.
I think that's fair. I think that's a fair shout. One of the things that personally I just want to see in it is because now, actually, I don't even think I mentioned this at the start. You will not be seeing Gecko here. Gecko is banned throughout the entire tournament, all the way up to the final. So there will be no.
Praise
Gecko.
the Lord.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. But one of the things that I wish that would happen personally for me, because I actually didn't see that poll, I think Harbor still needs some love. because he never got his chance in the spotlight, really.
Yeah. You're entirely right, mate.
Yeah, like a lot of people have been like, this is a very controversial opinion. A lot of people think, you know, some people have their thoughts. I really think the Cove should be bulletproof. Or not bulletproof, utility proof, just so it bounces off, just so it creates that bit more space. But anyway, hypotheticals and characters that aren't match. Let's talk about characters that are.
Yeah, so there's an interesting little maybe fake push onto A by throwing a cage down, then putting a tripwire and retreating. It might have baited a couple people over to A, but C still looks heavily guarded. B2, and the push is going into garage. No kills just yet, but some damage done by a swarm grenade. But, oh, and Domage gets an excellent kill on the Salmon at the back of sight. So that is the first pick to kill Vandals, starting off, continuing the momentum very well.
Houston's paranoia there, absolutely clean. Rardog's coming in, taking out Domage, takes out Houston as well. Roof being able to take out. Rardog's just swinging through the smoke, doesn't care. I was going to say on for the ace. Chicken Feet picks one up and picks the other one up. A duo ace from Chicken Feet and Rardog's, and what could have very much been an ace from Rardog's had the shots worked out just slightly differently.
It's interesting to see moving into this second map. Dragons coming out extremely confident, really, really powerful retake. Vandals coming out confident, but not able to hold the plant down, the site down even. And I was thinking with such an equal match, the first map, that it might be that the Dragons are starting on the back foot because they've had that momentum taken away from them by that loss. But that looked really, really good. That retake was very clean.
Yeah, it really was. There was a lot of let them kind of in the site, and then we'll explode onto them now that they're trapped. Rardog's confidence, like even after that last game, as you said, the momentum maybe could have been lost. No, Rardog's is happy to dash in again, completely.
Oh my God, look at that spray!
Imagine if there's a world where that spray works. Squirrel getting oh, hey, speaking of spray.
That spray could have got 2 or 3 kills if it was just clipped, but there's no reason to, and it's going to be an easy cleanup yet again for the Dragons. And with all the guns in hand, they had no bother doing that. They managed to take 3 next through to the next round, so it's going to be quite a comfortable bonus for them. But this is exactly what started out in Fracture. We saw Seth's Dragons taking 2 rounds. Kiel Vandals coming back with that first buy round, getting 3 rounds in a row, getting that lead, and then the lead went back and forth until it came to that overtime. And I'm happy to be here till midnight if it's going to happen again and again myself.
I just quickly phoning up my work and I'm like, oh, I'm sick, lads, I'm sorry, can't make it in. This Valorant's too sick. Yeah, no, like 100%. I'm happy to go till midnight. And I think these teams might take each other to midnight because the way we are seeing these plays is absolutely incredible. Yeah, Dragons, though, so confident up with this 2 lead, and the round begins now.
An early dart into mid, but the camera comes out early into mid too. That will be shot out, affecting the respawn time, the reuse time of that camera quite a lot. Drone comes out, does manage to scan 1 player, but the push, the spike is actually on C, so there's a little bit of fake pressure in mid, and the spike will go down very, very easily onto C.
Yeah, that's just a meanwhile on the site, actually, right there. I mean, yeah, very, very well played from the Vandals, kind of bait out a fair bit of util from Dragons. You know, that was the Sova drone, that was the Cypher cam, a lot of that kind of went down. Rardog's as well. Rardog's, though, congratulating them on that pick, on that push and that plant with the first pick, as everything now, this retake needs to be comfortable.
No way! What is that blind spray transfer?
Oh!
Somebody clip that. That was not making any sense. Just through the smoke, no information about, well, no exact information. I'll say some rough information, and then a spray transfer from head to head. What?
I'm speechless again. It's round 4. Not again. Not again. I didn't want this. Yeah, disgusting paranoia from Salmon. Actually, there does got a lot of value until Squirrel decided just to shoot right through it and negate it. And actually, yeah, it works off of Houston's paranoia very well. I mean, we seen he was comfortable in controller. My notes tell me, so it must be true. And damn, yeah, we're seeing that be accurate.
Yeah, notes saying that he's really enjoying Omen recently. And, Zara wants to see Kiel 2-0.
Yo, let's see, it's possible.
Shout out to Zara taking her team to the finals last season.
Oh, Signify, yeah, here we go. Domage coming in with the ult immediately. This C site basically always clear. Oh my days. Rardog's not ready for Domage. Domage, unfortunately, not able to get the spray he probably wanted. Hawkeye, though, at least being able to pick up one as this spike goes down. And everyone's happy just to run back off to C long. Well, actually, I say that and then they immediately rotate back because they realize running down to C long is a bit silly.
You know, Dragons, are they going to get much off this operator or not? Now it's come to retake time. Will the operator get them anything important? Does get one. Houston does fall. The spray comes out, but Chicken Feet takes down Hawkeye, and Hawkeye doesn't manage to get a second there after taking Salmon. Chicken Feet also took down Squirrel, and now it is just Roof. And Roof will fall. So the op gets its stuff. Exactly what it needed. It's sometimes hard to get things off the back of the op in a retake, but it does work out for Rawdox there, and the Dragons will take it to 3.
Yeah, and I want to say, I mean, yeah, Rardox with that op shot was amazing, but genuinely, like, regardless of what you think of like Sova or anything, that dart up on the wall. So like, if you're pushing into C site, let's say if you're an attacker, the wall on your left, like kind of up where the graffiti is, the arrow always hits there, and it's such a powerful arrow that gives information to nearly the entire site. And if you're dealing with utility or gunfights or just trying to get that spike planted, it's near impossible to run it. Yeah, on the top right there, where on Salmon's put POV at the minute, where that arrow hits, you don't have time to look at that and shoot it, and the amount of info it gets is just crippling.
Rawdox with another cheeky up push, but the cage will let them get down in the sewers safely. There's 2 players in the sewers now. Was it 3 and they just clunched up so closely?
Looks like 2. Yeah, it's just 2. It's just Roof and Houston.
2, yeah. I'm just trying to work out, there was only 4 players on the map. There was 2 players on top of each other somewhere. I found
Who's got the buddy system? Has everyone found their partner for the skill trip?
It was Squirrel and Domage were holding hands. That's what it was.
Oh, the Elder Flame Dragon got a bit of a schmoove going on. What was that? That was interesting. I've never seen that. But yeah, a very slow, very methodical clean out. The info's got you have a Sova ready to use his drone, Sage. You don't need to swing that. Luckily, walks away with her life.
I did think it was a very, very high IQ play to make that push into sewers discreetly, because they'd conditioned their opponents to think that cage might be fake to start with. Still no kills off the back of it yet, as Nair does take Roof down.
30 seconds left.
Through.
And they retreat. They're running away. But the rotation from the defenders, Dragons, that's already coming through, and B's empty, but C is starting to get filled up.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, Juanito here, the Killjoy behind the box, it was in Fracture, it's in Haven as well, you can't escape it. There will always be a box and there will always be a Killjoy behind
Yes,
it.
and the Judge gets free! Let's go!
Up! One by one, you wanted a shotgun, Bigfoot, and I think Juanito has delivered in spades.
Yeah, Killjoy with the Judge Judy roleplay, I love it. Getting 3 excellent kills there.
I'm sorry, what?
It's I don't know, Judge Judy's TV show.
I know this TV show. I'm just my mind. That's incredible.
I don't know.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. That's perfect.
I think I might have to go back to the drawing board with that one. But,
no, you just finish it off. Judge Judy and execution.
There you see. That's the drawing board. Cheers, mate. You got it. Judge Judy and executioner. That's like a trip. That's so many layers to that pun, mate. It's like beautiful.
Juanito,
it's almost too many layers, but it's just like maybe the perfect amount.
An executioner, yeah. I mean, what a play! It looks like we're having a little bit of a tech pause here. I think maybe a DC or something there. So we'll get that hopefully sorted out. But in the meantime, yeah, there was a lot to talk about. That you pointed out the initial push on A site, and then it just stopped.
Because they'd conditioned that fake cage a few times with no one in sewers, so it was really high IQ to get people in sewers, but it's just a conditional situation, and it didn't quite pay off for them. But had someone pushed like sewers nonchalantly, they would have got a really free kill. But what actually happened was we had Rawdox push with the op, and fortunately for Keel, as far as for that brief moment, Rawdox missed that first shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's genuinely, man. I mean, when you play with the AUP, like the AUP can be obviously so strong, but when you miss and you realize, every time that you miss, and being an AUP player is so hard because you do have to accept that you can't hit every shot. No one has a 100% hit shot hit ratio with the AUP. So once you kind of miss one or two shots, it's very easy to panic. It's very easy to crumble, and it's just about not.
Kiel Vandals, with only one Vandal in this by this round. They're going to try and get as much off the back of that as possible. Hawkeye scans quite a lot of A site and sees that it's pretty much empty. Why is it pretty much empty? That's interesting. There is also a res on the side for Kiel Vandals. Sage can res. There's a neural theft and a From the Shadows.
That wall absolutely melted, and yeah, I think really smart because you did point out, and really smart from the Dragons actually here just to decide to play the retake. They have the gun advantage. The Sova Dart comes through. Actually, though, goes in the favor of the Vandals for a moment before Dragons. Salmon and Nair just completely come through and tear up. As it looks like, yeah, that spike's going to go to half. Rift's going to swing and hit the deck.
It was a really good execution, but yeah, the eco was not enough to hold that site down. And I said, why do they let them have the site so easy? The anti-eco might have been a big part of that. Let them take the site, just push it, and shred them to bits with our superior guns. 6 Dragons onto 5 now against the 1 for the Vandals, so it's a pretty comfortable lead to start off with, but not quite as much back and forth as the first map, but we're yet to see this first half clear out.
It is quite worrying as well, and Kiel need to actually steal themselves here. The rhyming there did not go over my head, but they do need to kind of steal themselves because they picked attack. Whenever you pick attack, you're usually expecting quite comfortable pushes, quite comfortable executes. Not saying they haven't had them, it's just Dragons have been able to meet it.
Cage, early cage again, and instead of fake push to sewers, they're gonna there's no push to sewers just yet, but we're gonna see Domage push long, try and get a bit of info. 2 players on A side for the Dragons, 1 hovering around B and 2 hovering around C. Spike is on the A side, but we do have From the Shadows from Omen, so it could get dropped and picked up if needs be.
Yeah, I mean, From the Shadows as well. Quite, for a lot of cases, quite a weak ultimate, but in terms of just completely, baiting out control of a site, or, in my opinion, the best way to use it is just teleport into the back of a site you plan to push and get that information. That's why I don't play Omen, because I'm not original. Bigfoot, I'm sure, though, you'll have some interesting, maybe, ideas or what we can expect from the ult. I mean, yeah, 7 ults.
I mean, the ult's often a bit of it can be used in emergency situations, like picking up a drop spike, or it can be used in some really interesting gambling pushes, like getting down into A heaven and holding the site down before the retake starts. And oh my days, run it back, does get ran back before actually getting any information or kills, but the spike will go down. Kiel Vandal sitting comfortable with 5 players as 3 of the Dragons have dropped, and the operator looks like he might get grabbed as they walk away to save.
So I'm quite my jaw. I'm literally picking my jaw up off of the floor right now because when I was saying, I mentioned just there about teleporting into the back of site, getting the information. Houston stream sniped, I guess, and took my information, even though we're in like a 3-minute delay. He read the future. He heard me say he teleports into the back of C site, forces, I believe, I actually don't know who looked at him. I think it was the Killjoy. Forces the Killjoy to look at him, prepared for obviously just to shoot him, and then Roof just walks through and shoots the Killjoy while she's staring at him.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Immediately opens the site up, and yeah, beautiful. Really simple play, but super effective.
It is really good for info because it's like Cypher's camera, whatever. It puts stuff out on the minimap if you see it. It can help so much. It's actually really versatile. Some people say it's the worst ult in the game, but I just think it's just so situational. It can be the best or the worst ult. It's like it's not definitely the worst. It's not definitely the best, but it can be either.
Yeah, I think that's a fair summary. It is just down to how you use it, and Houston really did do a number there, because when you see an Omen ult, you are tempted, does he have the guts to just, stick it and then get shot in the head by me? Or is he going to cancel it? Or should I shoot him just so, we don't have to risk that back and forth if he comes out of his ultimate? And yeah, Houston did it perfectly just to bait Juanito in just enough so Riff could shoot him in the side of the head.
Oof, dangerous blind, but will back off. He's going to back off out of that. Juan gets some info, you know, off the blind, so does send a swarm grenade down to the double doors. There is still three players in mid and 2 players hovering mid. So the rotation looks like the spike's going to head towards C. Double doors could be a sketchy push. This could be interesting.
Over dark coming through, the smoke coming through, Paranoia staying safe, the Cypher cage is coming through from everyone. Rardog's actually picking up Dommage through the smoke, having to get res, immediately picks up Houston. Whew! Disgusting.
Talking about missing op shots, there was not many missed there. Salmon does get 2, Dommage trades out, and it is just going to be... one player standing, I was about to say 2, but you know how it goes. One player standing for Kiel Vandals. Roof does get 1 though.
Gets dropped, unfortunately for him. Yeah, what a shot through the smoke, forcing out the res, and then immediately picks up another one onto Houston as Houston swings out of garage. And yeah, you were saying that like the lead looked commanding, and god damn. It's only getting further and further.
I just heard the word commandia in my head. Doesn't exist though, so no one should ever say it.
Commandeer. I love that. I'm gonna start using that. Commandeer lead. Genius.
Big difference in crosshairs there between Juan and Dommage. Dommage's got like pretty big one. Roof's just got the dot. It's always interesting seeing what people favour. I've been playing dot for months now. But that I'm teeny crosshair.
Similar with Chicken Feet and Juanito, yeah. So teeny crosshair.
Just like so you've actually got a cross, but it's small.
Yeah, I like teeny crosshair. Oh yeah, very, very similar. Yeah, no, actually, that's a good point. Actually, it's something that you don't talk about very often. But like, you know, the fact that something as simple as crosshair, you know, that it does vary quite a lot. Yeah, geez, actually, don't imagine
crazy, isn't it?
Size of that in the size of that unit. Jeez.
Unless he's just playing on a like 6K.
Oh. Oh
no! No, Dommage, you're not allowed to execute. You're my duelist, but I'm going to warn you. Nea gets a good shot there on the roof. Salmon up on the top, gets Squirrel as well. Omen for President. Another one on the Dommage, but does get traded out by Hawkeye. But then Nea instantly trades out Hawkeye himself.
Yeah, and that spike down, Houston's able to pick up, doesn't immediately shoot, yeah, picks up Roardogs now the info's been down. The Paranoia is going to maybe hit 2. The spray through the wall doesn't actually teleport on top of the generator. I thought we were going to see that, definitely, but it's 14 seconds, yeah, 3 versus 1. Fortunately for Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, 14 seconds and 6 bullets. I think that might have been part of the problem there. And only got 4 bullets out before being killed, unfortunately.
Yeah, a timeout coming through as well.
From
Natesy. Yeah, from Natesy.
That's the coach.
Oh.
The coach says, right, you've had enough. It's time for some serious coaching.
I'm taking your ball and I'm going home. To be honest, I mean, yeah, this is not the Kiel Vandals we've seen in Fracture. And, you know, I think it's because of that it is why, the very good close-up on Cypher. I've never actually noticed how much Cypher blinks.
He's got electric eyes or not? I'm not sure. He does seem to have lights for eyes, but he's weird. Like, what is he? Like, what is Cypher? I'm not sure if I know enough about his lore. He looks a little bit like a robot. Like
all I know is he's the killed most in the trailers, so he's mad. that's Cypher is angry because he keeps dying in the trailers. That's all I know about Cypher.
What do you think Nate's saying to the Vandals right now?
I think there's genuinely, because there's not too much here that's going wrong. They're getting the spike down in a lot of the circumstances. It's just Dragons are so comfortable in the retake with getting the Sova Dart to get all the information they need, exploding right back onto the site, and just cleaning house. So I don't... Like, that's what's happening. I don't know what he'd be saying to them to try and rectify it, though.
I'm being corrected for mispronouncing Dommage again, but since the first Dommage, I need to get it right. But it's old habits die hard. It was Dommage to start, and Dommage's making that push in. Will get taken down by Salmon. Unfortunately, the swing's going to come out from Hawkeye. A good kill There's going to be some good eco kills here, but Dragon's still sitting on top with one extra player. And some pretty low health for Hawkeye.
That was a... Yeah, Houston, unfortunately, with a few shots kind of shot around Hawkeye there. Oh my days, Hawkeye though, maybe picking up, taps the bomb, swings again, and it's not enough. He hit 2. Yeesh.
Well, whatever Natesy told them didn't seem to pay off. I'm not sure what was said, but there's not another round, yet another round on the board to the Dragons and not for the Vandals. So it's going to be 6 rounds behind. The best they can hope for is an 8-4 half, but it's just not looking like they've got the power or control of this attacking half to do so.
And yeah, I mean, as I said before, it is important to remember this was Kale's side pick, because obviously you would rather just go into defense, but who knows, maybe Kale are more in it for the long game. Maybe they are happy for CES Dragons to kind of get that advantage, and then and speaking of getting an advantage, and then bring it back on the defense side. Paranoia comes through, picks up a lot. Salmon! No! Salmon picking up Hawkeye with a miss to Domage. What?
Where was Domage looking? Surely the info was on the minimap, but Salmon was at the back of that site, and Domage's just in C long staring at a wall. I have no idea what happened there, but it is going to be 9-2, and now the best they can hope for is 9-3. I would hope for Vandals they can pull it back, but you know, if Dragons take this, we do get the pleasure of seeing a third map and finding out who really does come out on top.
I mean, yeah, that's true. In the way we are looking, it's looking very comfortably a third map. I just... Salmon trying to spray Domage, missing and blowing the head off of the Sage, I think it was, is absolutely peak Valorant. Speaking of peak Valorant...
The confidence is just flowing through the veins of the Dragons right now. They're roaring and raring to go, making these crazy pushes, and they're actually paying off. Vandals down to 2 now, but I said, you can't even keep up with it sometimes. These two teams, they just explode at each other so fast. And it is 2 for 2. Kiel Vandals desperate to keep this spike down, but there will be a lockdown. Juan gets taken down, so the lockdown does get destroyed. Salmon gets taken down, and we are on to 9-3.
The curse. It happened to Fnatic. It can happen to anyone. The 9-3 curse does not take any prisoners. So this is now, were Vandals playing the long game? Were they just happy to try and get a couple of rounds and then steamroll this defense? Or were Dragons just up to the challenge of meeting Vandals' attack?
Well, yeah, they really, really did good. And now the roles are switched, you know? I mean, do think it is a bit more of an attacker-sided map. But I didn't seem to see that.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. If it's an attacker-sided map and you pick attacker side, yeah, you really do kind of need to get it. But who knows, Kill may be just very confident, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, they picked it. They chose to attack first, and it just unfortunately did not go in their favor.
I like that stage wall actually on Sewer. It's a very uncommon one because usually, you know, you can just wait it out. But that was actually well read from Squirrel. You know, there was quite a push on the Sewer, and they're actually still happy just to wait it out. It seems like
just hacking away at this wall. I mean, talk about giving the game away, but there's we've got Domage pushing into mid. Chicken Feet's hanging around as well. Something could pop off in mid, but as the flank comes in, the rotation's coming through. What is Domage going to get? Anything or nothing? It will be 1. Will it be 2? Juan gets taken down a little bit, but now we have Chicken Feet pushing into mid as well. Can Chicken Feet get one? Does get a beautiful headshot and gets Domage.
Able to get out with that as well. The flash now coming through. I think actually, unfortunately for him, picks up Juanito. Yeah, I think Juanito was looking to kind of swing Hawkeye there with the flash, but gets flashed themselves. Oh, Roof bailing Hawkeye out. Hawkeye getting away with murder in this corner. Absolutely. Really incredible swing from the sky to bail out Rardox though. Rardox though.
That just switched this entire... That might have switched this entire map around. Rardox getting those two.
There's the Roof.
What can Roof do? Patience is going to pay off. Are you going to shoot Rardox first? Yes, you have to shoot Rardox first, and you do. Hawkeye gets Nair as well. Rardox nearly upset this entire... Well, sorry, guaranteed this entire map. But Roof with the extremely patient flank does kind of upset that guarantee, and it could go back into Kiel Vandal's favor. Now they have the pistol round on board.
Yeah, I want to. That felt, you know, in a game, whenever you're doing a stealth mission, you see two guards, and the guy you're with's like, "Well, we're going to take them out at the same time," and then the countdown happens, and you know, pull the trigger, and you. That was what I was reminded of there, because that just patience from Roof and Hockey, just immediately. Yeah, there was no hesitation, as you said. You know, they needed to prioritize the right target, but if there's two guns, two backs, you know, it does line up.
You see it a lot in Rust, but less so in Valorant. It was really nice to see that perfect execution on that.
Oh, this poor wall. This wall is just trying to be built. This poor wall.
Yeah, they just every time a wall gets put up, it's like let's just take it down
the
with our
knives are out.
Yeah,
Charge!
it's crazy. It's the new meta.
The knife wall.
The anti-wall meta. Yeah.
To be fair, actually, considering Harbor still hasn't been buffed, maybe it is anti-wall meta. Maybe we're still here. Maybe even Riot are playing that meta.
Oh yeah, talking of that tweet asking who needs buffed, someone asked for 2 sage walls.
Oh, I'd love to see it. Oh,
no, my day is not going to be it's not going to be a kill off the back of the tripwire, but Squirrel does get near, and Rawdox. Roof making that squeeze out, and and it will be 1 kill off the other tripwire. Excellent double trip placement.
That's actually a really good point. That was a disgustingly good trip placement. That was a really well. I've never seen that trip placement before.
Well, you get 2 because if you've already tripped once, you can't get tripped again. So even if you walk through the second one, it can lure you. It can lure you in a false sense of security that there isn't a second one. But you can shoot the first one. Yeah, you can shoot. And so if you walk through the first one and your teammate is holding hands like like Squirrel and Tomosh were in that earlier round, if you're holding hands and playing the buddy system, you can both get trapped pretty bad as well.
Wow, I didn't actually know that. Yeah, and I mean, Kiel Vandals now, wow, absolutely. This is the aggression we see on Fracture. Nair knows that Domage is close. Does not matter. Domage takes it out. The paranoia comes through.
What?
No!
Blind headshot.
Oh, cheating! Rawdox is cheating! Houston takes him down. Salmon with the trade. Rawdox absolutely saved by the precise gunplay that is Valorant.
Didn't expect this to end up in a 3v3 after that really, really good first kill from Domage, but unfortunately there's a little bit of chaos in that A lobby and it ended out being even. The Dragons have got the spike down, and it's going to be the Vandals to do this at retake. As Roof pushes Heaven, we've got Squirrel on the... Going to push in from CT, but there's a Swarm Grenade going to slow them down.
Oh,
nice.
That scan was so good. The paranoia comes as well through from Salmon, but that's a lot of util down. The slows are down and really stops Juanito being able to do a lot. Hockey goes off of it. Chicken Feet's able to pick up the slow, but doesn't matter. That spike is taken down. Chicken Feet don't have long to kill, and they do take it to 10 rounds.
So Kiel Vandals having a flawless round. They felt the rush in their veins, and they decided to do quite an aggressive defensive push that for the first few seconds looked like it would really pay off. But unfortunately, we saw a blind headshot from Rawdox. Some excellent crosshair placement there. Sometimes it looks random, but what it really is, it's crosshair knowledge and remembering where your crosshair is or should be even when blind.
I mean, yeah, you're completely just... I mean, you caught it in one there. Like, there is an element of luck, obviously, when you are flash, but if you have that crosshair placement down, which basically every single one of these players does, you know, that you do have to kind of start... Oh, wow, pre-fires the Cypher trip as well. Salmon got the knowledge.
Been quite a few hacks tonight, hasn't there?
Just straight up cheating. There's just a lot of straight up cheating in this lobby. Oh... Yeah, no, I really like that pre-fire. I really like the util usage. I really enjoyed, like, like back to the previous point, just in the crosshair placement very quickly. Domage actually with that really aggressive push again. Houston ready with the paranoia. I think you're going to see a really gorgeous Omen play in a minute here, Bigfoot.
Could be, it could be. We've got a sneaky little spot in sewers. Domage gets free straight away and sends the flash out, but we see another blind death for Domage. Hey, Jay.
Oh, You all right, man? That was.
Oh, it's just getting pulled up on this pronunciation. You know what it is? It's his buddies pulling me up as well. I don't think Domar J has ever actually complained personally.
Well,
But, I'm happy to adjust. You know, you gotta get people's names right.
You really do. Speaking of, actually, I was promised a pronunciation guide for this, but you know what? We make do, we move on. Yeah,
Juanito.
I mean, ooh, yeah, Juanito.
So you just don't know, do you? You just gotta do our best. You gotta guess.
Very CBBS kind of show there, just, you know, sounding it out. Yeah, I mean, I thought Houston would kind of get the paranoia after Domage's first contact, but Domage just dropping 3 people and then Houston picking it up with that paranoia. Unfortunately, as you said, Domage falling victim again to the blind. But yeah, it just goes to show how good the crosshair placement is.
I really hope the Dragons, for their own sake, don't push C. There is some naughty tripwires set up.
Naughty is such a good word to describe that.
I think I saw a gritty swing from the Skydog as well. The Skydog entered sight backwards doing a gritty swing. Oh, there's been some excellent moments tonight. I really do love these two teams so much.
Oh, speaking of gritty swing, Domage comes through. The paranoia actually comes through. Both of them having to bail. Getting chased down by Rardox and the knives. Only good for one Nair. Then picks up Domage and picks up the gun as well. Actually, really like a decent trade for the Dragons after that. Squirrel!
Squirrel! The confidence!
That is... Oh, what is
30
that?
seconds left.
Yeah, that confidence. Yep, anyway, take over. Can't say more.
That actually beats the confidence of... who was it? Sorry, one sec, check my notes. It was Roof taking that orb, staring down the orb take last time. Squirrel just staring down the peak with the recon dart behind him. That was just so nice to see.
I mean, unfortunately, for the defender, it wasn't enough. That gutsy play still. Dragons picked up a thrifty at the end there. A lot of stuff kind of happened real quick, real sharp. Juanito picking up, I think, 2 with the Sheriff on the flank. Or no, Chicken Feet, sorry, I think it was 2 with the Sheriff on the flank to completely actually dismantle what should have been a very comfortable hold for the Vandals. Taking the Dragons, like, I mean, we said this, we've been saying it a few times, but the Dragons really now showing a just completely commanding time.
Someone in the chat says, Cast is pronounced Domage, right, challenge, go. Okay, I'm going to do my best.
Is it not Domage? I thought we were doing
it. It is Domage, yeah. I just, you know, getting around a little bit here and there. Rardox, excellent push on the backside, getting Hawkeye with double assist from the team, so some good synergy we're seeing as the Dragons push onto site, get the spike down. We do see it. It's one of my favourite teleport spots for Omen on this map. Chicken Feet does check, but doesn't check the cheeky little spot, but no one's actually in lobby, so you're not going to get much off the back of that, Houston. I think it might be time to push, and it is going to be a push into A long. Going to get an excellent flank onto Nair, pushing into sewers, does get Chicken Feet as well.
Yeah, I mean, just gorgeous. I keep forgetting that TP exists, and it's so effective. Houston picks up another one. Juanito and Salmon, they were trying. Domage actually dropping out. Speaking of dropping out, our feed's kind of dying. Rardog's picking up as well. And finally, 1v1 at the end of all of that. It is just down to Houston, who picks it up, and with a disgusting from the shadows. As you said, it can be the best, it can be the worst. And right there, it was one of the best.
Yeah, I can't remember who said it was the worst. I think it was actually I know who it was. I think it might have even been Flex Ninja, who's like one of YouTube's most popular Omen players, called it themselves, and yeah, I'm sure it was an Omen main, Flex Ninja, that called the fact that it's the worst TP in the game. But I don't understand that because it's just you can get so much off the back of it, just transporting to another part of the map.
Yeah, I mean, we did see, and unfortunately it does look like a little bit of kind of feed issues here, hopefully not too big. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately as well, one of the closest rounds kind of lost from our sights there because, I mean, Rardox came back with a few really good kills. Domage then picking up immediately on some refrags. Like, one of the closest rounds we've seen in a while from a complete tug-of-war standpoint, and I hope we do get to see more of that. I hope we get to see any more of anything, actually.
I just see Domage flicking the knife around the handle, but there is a Killjoy going down whilst we were stalled. Killjoy comes down. It looks like it's going to be... Is it a fake? They're trying to bait people away from C-Site, I think. I think I heard it from the shadows.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to pick through the scraps of audio and visuals here, trying to work out exactly what's going on. But after that fake lockdown on A, it turned out to be a real lockdown on A with a TP. Not sure exactly what happened, but the spike's down on A.
That's the one thing we can tell you. The spike is down on A. Yeah, I think it was actually a quite a high IQ play from Houston. Kind of fake out that C push and then just from the shadows to join your team, make all that noise. And wow, speaking of joining the team, Squirrel coming through, picks up Domage. Juanito not letting Domage come back to life though, and these swings are coming through. Yeah, this post plant situation is really good for the Dragons, and unfortunately we can't see who is benefiting. I wish we could, ladies and gentlemen. But judging by that tick down, yeah, the Dragons are able to take it.
Oh, that's a shame. So yeah, that was like a double fake, wasn't it? So it's like we fake A with a lockdown, then we fake that with the A fake, the lockdown's fake and C, and then we go to A and plant with from the shadows. So there was a lot going on there, but I think Vandals just maybe been a little bit confused and spreading out over the map, not sure exactly where the push was going to come in, and they just maybe got picked apart a little bit, but we didn't actually see exactly what happened.
Wow, we do hear an immediate Hunter's Fury, and judging from where Hockey is in the map, I imagine, yeah, that's a pre-fire onto A Sewer, but there's not a single person there because it's a huge push onto C. In fact, it's such a huge push, everyone's already there. Rardox gets the first pick immediately, chicken feet. Oh.
That's what you get for fake cloning when you're Phoenix. You can only fake clone with Yoro Domage. I don't know what you're thinking.
I just don't think Domage was ready for chicken feet to be there. The anti-flank was there, Houston's there, and he's gotten some good value off this flank, but the Cypher Cage is really going to do a lot of damage. He's trying to check that corner. There's no one in that cubby though, and it is a 1 versus 4, and yeah, he gets picked up, and Dragons with a 13-7 bring us to equalized and match point on this next map.
Wow. Great stuff. Wish we got to see the last couple bits there, but just really, really nice to see such a powerful comeback from the Dragons after that tug of war went on so long in the first round with the Keel coming out on top. So very happy we're going to make it to this third round, and we might have to take a little reset on the stream, but we take a 10-minute break anyway, so that should be all right. We will be back with you with the third round, and aside from those last few rounds we didn't see, how do you think the Dragons stomped that so easily?
I think the Dragons legitimately were just, as I said, Keel weren't able to match what they were pushing on attack, and they were able to match what Keel were pushing when they were on attack, and it was just, I think, as we kind of seen actually a lot in the Fracture when you pointed out, because it was a good point on the overtime, which was the attack side kept winning. And we've seen kind of a lot more of that as we pushed in. So I do think that's kind of what was the differential between it. But just in case, so while we let everything kind of set up with the tech pause, we'll run you guys and stuff through the map. So the remaining map, once we come back. So we'll jump to that hopefully 10-minute break, maybe a little bit longer. But until then, we really hope to see you for what is going to be, in Bigfoot's words, an explosive finale to this best of 3. We'll see you in a minute.
Find humanity with Omen.
What is that?
It's cutting edge VR, Flynn.
It looks like it's something from the future, you know?
Flynn took a trip to future London. Saw something she wasn't supposed to. Now people from there are trying to kill us.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Amazon University esports. The anniversary. Oh my days! I'm just going to restart that because I've messed it up entirely. Welcome to the playoffs for the Amazon University esports UK and Ireland for Valorant Spring 2023. You've just joined us back. Hopefully, if you've been with us the whole way through, two quite divisively different games. A very close game, and then quite a decisive victory for the CES Dragons, bringing us 1-1. Bigfoot, how did it all kind of go down? Take it away.
So yeah, it was dominant for the Dragons. You said it yourself. It was really, really domineering. They had really good control. They claimed the first few rounds. They stopped Kiel in their tracks when Kiel started getting guns on the board quite a few times, pushing Kiel back into ecos. They played anti-ecos very carefully instead of being overconfident and getting caught up. So it was just really, really good to see their patience and, again, cohesion as well. It did get into the second half, and it looked like Kiel might be able to bring it back, but unfortunately not. And just looking at some of these numbers, we've got a 3-digit econ rating for Rodox, so that's 103 econ rating with 8 First Bloods and 325 ACS.
I mean, in terms of, I think if you're looking for definition of MVP, I think it just says Rardox now in the dictionary because, yeah, like really commanding from him, absolutely clean. So we are now going on to our final map. Well, actually, I'm kind of jumping the gun, I guess. If there is any other players or anyone you want to kind of highlight, but yeah, Rardox definitely stole the show.
Well, it is interesting to note that Houston was up there in second place on the leaderboard. So 17, 15, 10 on the KDA, 255 ACS, and 66 on the econ. So just getting a whole bunch of good kills there. 10 assists, really, really important. You know, when you're looking at these Omen players, these Breach players, you want to see high assists to make sure they're doing their job. And if their assists are low, you want to see high kills to show that they're getting the kills their teammates should be or could be as well. Houston had, good amounts in both. Then the next two on the leaderboard, Chicken Feet and Salmon, and it's a bit mixed up from there. But, Kiel, I thought that them having won the first round, they'd be confident enough and powerful enough to stomp the second two, and they might have put Dragons on the back foot, but that fort was completely crushed with the domination from Dragons.
Yeah, it really was. And now moving on to the last map of the night, the third and final map. It is Pearl. It's CS Dragons pick. Kiel have picked the defensive side on it as well. So hopefully we'll just be getting that kind of started and ready to go. But yeah, last map, Pearl. I've really grown to love Pearl. I think it had a rocky start. Yeah, I think it had a rocky start when it got released, but I've grown to adore it. Bigfoot, what about you, man?
I think it's still a difficult map, but you've got to release like very, very different maps every time, and they're not just in competition with themselves. They're also in the bigger schemes of tactical FPS. They can't release maps that are like very similar to CS:GO maps either. So they do have to keep changing stuff and keeping it different and new and interesting. And I really do respect what Riot do with the map making. I think they come out every time with a new map with something unique, something interesting. And I don't think any of them are broken. Some people have complained about Pearl and Lotus, but I think they just had a bit of a shock because it was so different. And I think a shock to the system is good, especially in a game that constantly evolves like this. And yeah, I think Pearl's beautiful. I think middle is extremely dangerous and scary. And the link, the B link bit is really, really scary.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't really disagree on that. Very accurate points. I'm happy. I see a harbor. Thank you, Hockey, for having faith. Pearl, is Harbor's best map, but I do still think it is very much an uphill battle. Hockey might very well come out and surprise me and absolutely dominate. Would love to see it, just because, as I've said, with Gecko now out, I really think Harbour hasn't got a chance to shine. The rest of the picks actually quite similar to Haven, pretty drastically different.
Yeah, we've got a double controller on both teams, which can make for a really, really interesting map. So we got Harbour Astra against Viper Astra, and Harbour and Viper kind of similar, but you've got some really beautiful lineups for Viper on this map. So we might see Kiel Vandals come out clutch with some lineups, but lineups do depend on quite a lot. They depend on you staying safe on the flank. They depend on you staying alive until the defuse comes in, and also not being completely swamped, etc. So you often need support. You can't just rely on lineups alone. There's probably potential for Phoenix doing some good post plant with the molly in the same way as Viper, but it's not quite the same. You haven't got the distance or two of them, so it's not really a big, not really a close thing between those two.
Yeah, it's really, just completely accurate. I'm really caught up in this just from how much, we have the Phoenix and the Sky are similar for both teams, the Astra, but then the different picks between Harbour instead of Viper and Killjoy instead of Cypher. Characters that as you were saying with the kind of Viper Harbour, but even with Killjoy and Cypher, they kind of do similar things, but they achieve those goals really differently. Killjoy and Cypher can both watch flanking. Cypher does it a hell of a lot better. Post plan from Cypher doesn't really exist, but Killjoy has it. But then you can, bring in the Cypher cam, the Cypher cages. There's a lot of this back and forth, and it's really going to come down to the utility, I think, between the different picks rather than the similar picks.
There's also been a bit of a change up as well. So we've got people like Radox who've, like we're just talking about the insane numbers that Radox cracked up on the Jet in the last map, but switching over to the Cypher now for Pearl, that is a very, very big difference from a very aggressive player to possibly the most passive agent in the whole game.
Yeah, I think that is quite interesting. Passing it over now to Nair as well, actually, who's getting a goal on the Phoenix. Everyone now jumping back in. Those are pretty similar though for Season and Drag. Fruit player from CDS Dragon, mental player. That initiator role is going to be quite interesting. And what to make work with it. Oh, are we pause on the timer? Have we lost someone? Oh no!
I don't know. With the last pause happened because someone's mouse ran out of battery.
Was that what happened? I actually didn't know what the resolution of that was.
Yeah, I saw on the Discord. Yeah, some one of the players' mice ran out. At least it wasn't their keyboard too, so they had to type. Completely stuck otherwise.
What's actually worse to run out, mouse or keyboard?
What? Keyboard? No, mouse, because if your keyboard runs out, you can still shoot.
Yeah, but if your mouse runs out, you can still move.
I guess it depends if you're.
Are you on site or not?
Situational, yeah. If you're defending or attacking or what. If you've already got a good camp spot, right? You're sat there behind a box with a judge.
Yeah, I don't need a keyboard then. No, keyboard goes out the window.
But the free K that we saw last round from Juan with the judge, required some excellent movement, and it was really, really well executed.
That was the best swing I have ever seen. That was without a doubt the worst swing I've ever seen. But you have seen it. I think is very much the kind of vibe behind that, and hopefully we'll be seeing another Killjoy behind a box. Let's get all 3 maps having a Killjoy behind a box.
Yeah, it's going to happen. We've had a Killjoy every single round so far. Some really dominating kills from the Killjoys at times. There was a point in the first map where there was quite a long point in the first map where they were top of the leaderboard for quite a long time before things got shook up a little bit. We do have the team names back to front on the top there, just in case you were wondering, if you're looking at, just in case you got a back to front who's attacking and who's defending. It is actually the Dragons attacking and the Vandals defending.
That's a very well spot, because I was about to start running with it, but you're completely correct. Dommage, though, immediately come through with 2. Roof picks up Rardox, the self-heal. Yeah, I mean, you said they were defending, but that is a hell of an aggressive push.
Yeah, that's really, really nice. And it wasn't my shout, it was actually Zara in the chat, way ahead of us.
Thank you, Zara. We appreciate
Cheers, Zara. Pocket Sage healing us, keeping us right.
True. Absolutely, yeah, sure. And there we go. Yeah, that's it updated now. Thank you very much for that. Oh, it's just this little fight between Vandals and Dragons. The Dragons, yeah, only one left now. And they fall.
So we only had 2 predictions in the chat before this kicked off. We had one player, one chatter predict that the Vandals would come out on top, one chatter predict the Dragons would come out on top. So it seems like the predictions in the chat is evenly matched as much as these teams. But Kiel Vandals winning their first pistol round of the evening, like their first round of the evening. So they're going to be happy with that, and they're going to want to swing off the back of it. And we'll see what they can pull out of the bag. And I'm looking forward to see what they do on the attack side with Viper, because Viper's a very defensive player, but can be really useful on the attack inside Pill.
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%. It's going to be seeing just kind of the difference between the Viper and this Harbor. You know, Viper can't do what this wall is now. I've actually never seen the wall just... Yeah, that's such a just clean split to completely take control of mid. I really do like that. One of the things I want to quickly say as well, you know, so for anyone that was unfortunate enough to miss the first 2 games, we had a very, you know, back and forth tug of war. I think like 32 rounds or something overtime on Fracture, and then we had a decisive win from the CES Dragons, and the Vandals now starting us off. But wow, the back and forth picks from both teams.
Beautiful stuff. The wall just giving so much space to start off with, but did look like Dragons had the right idea just to push back from that space. But then when they pushed back in, it was chaos, and we do have a beautiful headshot from Roof there. So now it is all down to Juan to pull this out the bag with not much apart from a Bulldog and no armor, but 100 health.
It can definitely work. I mean, it depends now. We're about to get this swing. Yeah, Roof just slightly faster on it, though. Juanito just barely able to land those shots. And yeah, the Vandals now going up 2 rounds to 0. This is, yeah, very much we could have seen just a definitive win, or a really close game, then a definitive win from the Dragons, and now a definitive win from the Vandals to close it out. Which, yeah, I just want to very much put it on the record. Both teams have played phenomenally throughout this entire bracket, and it is a shame one of them has to go out, because a rematch of this at the finals would be a dream, to be honest.
You know, you're always a big supporter of the underdogs, but in this round, in this game, it's just been so evenly matched. This set, like, I wouldn't even say there's an underdog so far. It's just been like so strong from both sides.
You do know me too well. I love an underdog story. I really do just have to give credit, because I do play. I don't play much Harbor myself, but I have a friend of mine who loves it, and I have never seen mid just cut in half as clean as that wall actually does. Houston though coming in actually with the first pick up on 8 feet immediately, Chicken Feet immediately getting their refrag though, and we're kind of seeing the Fracture, the playstyle Fracture kind of rearing its head again.
You can with Harbor. You can. I mean, not that he's great on these maps, but you can do it on Haven. You can do it on mid and Haven. You can also do it on Ascent in mid, and you can just take that middle space really fast. It's a very, very good wall.
And it is a very effective one. Squirrel getting caught out there. We see the difference there really kind of highlighted between like the Killjoy and the Cypher. You know, the Tripwire will stay up regardless of range. Hockey getting a little bit of damage for his troubles. Able to put in slight damage to Rardox, but that Sky Heal is just very effective since it got buffed. We will have to see what the push is. Looks like the split push from A, or yeah, the split push onto A. Rardox picks up the Hockey as well, and that will probably be enough for them to completely get this push out.
Oh wow! Roof not able to trade off the back of that, unfortunately. They're just trying to do some eco damage now. The Vandals on mostly a save round. Just trying to get a couple more guns out of the hands of the Dragons. They could get a shot, one little bullet into Nair, and that is another gun dropped. Nair's on 12 HP. Squirrel's going to make this pick. Are they going to be able to get it? And they do get it, because the Bulldog's in hand.
Get a little bit of info off that shot. They know Chicken Feet's there, but there's 3 more. Yeah, Roof tried to swing. Squirrel actually good for 1. Unfortunately for them, not good for 2 more, as Rardox picks up the final kill for the round, and the first round for CES Dragons on this map.
Yeah, I mean, they would have had to really whiff to throw that round. They had the gun superiority, and losing 2 players was a bit of a nightmare, but they definitely managed to come out on top. Kill count is looking reasonably similar. Just Kiel Vandal slightly ahead. It's early days yet. There's a few half shields on the side of the Dragons. So those deaths that were caused by the Vandals' eco have actually had a little bit of effect on the eco of the Dragons.
Yeah, and it is, it's important to mention that it really, obviously, like, still University Esports, but that isn't to take away from the fact that, we are now at the point in this game, the level of these players, University or not, that, a Bulldog not one-shotting to the head, whereas a Vandal does one shot to the head, that now makes all the difference. We are at the point now where it is single bullets really do change an entire round.
It looked like there was going to be a really aggressive push into B-Link there, but it got pulled back before it started. Now moving into Art, where there is actually 3 players. We see Seekers come out from both teams, going to give a lot of information to both teams, and the Dragon's going to push off the back of this, or use that info they've got to maybe push away a little bit further. We got a push from Domager. 1 kill goes down. Salmon does trade, but it is in the middle of a running back, so Domager still has his life.
Yeah, that run it back for that flash was really effective. I said it before, there was an echo in this server, but hearing both seek them outs at the same time coming through, yeah. 30 seconds now though on the board, and Squirrel I think's about to make visual contact now made on the Dragons, but there's actually Rarox already down on that link, and they might not be ready for it. There is already just a Cypher. Yeah, I mean, Hockey drops in Rarox completely. Eating him up there for breakfast. Squirrel actually picking up 180 though. It is Rardox to kind of make a lot of this work. Gets the Cypher off. Oof, tries to hide in the cave. No. Doesn't activate it, and Roof takes him out.
See, that's one buff that could happen to Cypher. His Neural Theft could pop off even when he's dead, but I don't know if it's fair. And Domager is going to get an excellent defuse as the retake goes down. 3-1 to the Vandals.
It could be, and actually, interestingly enough, before Gecko was released, I would have argued that, well, that they wouldn't do that because no other utility or item, as far as I know in the game, other than like a molly or something that's been shot, no item or base of utility persists after death. Like, Cypher Tripwire deactivates Killjoy and all that. But Gecko's, the little penguin, like if it's planting or diffusing, it continues to plant / diffuse despite Gecko being dead. So maybe that is the change they maybe look at with Cypher.
Yeah, aside from, like, some people say it's meta breaking, but meta breaking or not, I've seen some crazy bugs and videos of some weird stuff happening with those psychics.
Oh no, Roofy!
Nah, finishes Roof off. Nah, with a headshot and Domager as well. There's going to be guns in the hand. What an excellent start to the Dragon's eco.
Nair, that was genius to clear out. Domager obviously just happy to kind of feed feed the sky to the sharks there on the grounds that they won't clear the shot, but they do, and they get the pay, and Nair actually cleans up quite a lot. Houston though, yeah, immediately replying with that gun advantage. Nair had to do it with a Sheriff, Vandal now at least. So yeah, a lot of control now got, and the run it back, unfortunately they're not getting too much value.
I do think Chicken Feet and Salmon could have done with going and teaming up with their teams and sticking around the biggest, losing that 2v1 because getting peaked with the far superior gun really backfired for them. Alarmbot coming down, Swarm Grenades coming down, trying to protect this diffuser. Diffuser's coming down fast, but it is not going to be stoked. Nair gets 2, and Nair does not get the ace, but gets the assist on the final kill. Almost ace, but not quite.
We've seen we got an ace earlier in the series, and it was quite a chill ace actually, like very well played from the Killjoy. I forget exactly who it was who landed it, but we've heard what happens whenever an ace is gotten, and yeah, Nair very close to making me get noise complained by my neighbors. let's just put it like that. Yeah, really solid push, really good spray. I really thought the cove from Hockey was going to be enough to just to just get the defuse, but the Astra suck, and the util is just too good.
And yeah, these teams have been so evenly matched, it is actually heading past the time in the UK where you're allowed to make a ton of noise. So you might just get a noise complaint if this map's going to be as insane as the first. Spike down.
Ooh. I mean, very clean swings from the Dragons. Vandals were able to get a couple of rounds to kind of take away, and the Dragons are now just deciding now to take it all the way back. the Vandals don't really have much in the way of guns, so it looks like just wait kind of in their spawn, wait for any kind of post bomb explosion rotation kills, maybe just destroy a bit of econ, pick up a few guns for yourselves. But it looks like Dragons are kind of ready for it. Majority of them posted out in the in the CT side rather than the T side. Yeah.
Someone in the chat says, can't believe he checks that. I do think that was the 2v1 with the pistols versus the Vandal just last round. It was a very, very good check, and it was pays off. Going to jump into the spike, get a little bit more econ on the board for the Vandals. Now we're equal yet again, and what started out pretty good for the Vandals again as the Dragons have came back. So this is almost mirror image of the first map's Fractures scoreline, I think.
Yeah, I want to say it's pretty close. If not, maybe I think it started at 4-4. But yeah, like there's a round difference at the very most. We're seeing a lot more of that fracture style. And I think maybe Haven was just a bit solved from the Dragons. Maybe Haven was just kind of their map, and they were happy with it. I believe I'm right in saying it was their pick,
especially on defense as well for Haven.
Yeah.
Really holding back any mid pushes this wall. It does work great in their favor. The Vandals using this wall like most rounds, and it's preventing at least for like 20 seconds, 15 seconds any push into mid. Even when the Dragons look like it's what they want to do, they do get held back from it. And this map does revolve a lot around mid control. Speaking of which, there's a balanced control so far as 2 players drop, 1 from each team.
Yeah, and quite a different member to lose. Vandals losing Astra, which that's their much more flexible kind of controller. Harbor has a bit of flexibility to him, but nowhere near the ability that Astra has. So trading maybe Astra for Cypher. I think if you're the Dragons, you're okay with that. I think if you're the Vandals, you're kind of a bit more upset, particularly as well. Like the Vandals kind of with this gun disadvantage, we do see the Guardian, which to be fair, in someone like Domage's hands, might be all he needs.
Another really cool wall. This is the thing about Harbor. The walls recharge quite fast, isn't it?
Oh, I do love the wall. Oh, wow. Speaking of loving walls, Domage loves firing right through them to take out Salmon.
Nice flash. Oh, yes. Excellent double peek. But the trade comes through from Juan. Juan gets two beautiful headshots. It looked like it might have been over for Juan, but Juan pulls back. And now there is just one player standing for the kill. Vandals as Nair takes down Roof, and the spike will go down. Squirrel hot on the tail. Does get Nair down to 88 health. Spike down. Going to have to be a really crucial 1v1. And Juan on top.
What a confident swing from Juan. Maybe a little bit of run and gun, which depending on what you're thinking, on how you feel about that, I'm sure you're typing something very interesting in the Twitch chat right now. But yeah, I mean, regardless of the run and gun, that was a very confident swing that was a very just confident swing. And yeah, really took it out whenever it looked like, once again, the complete tug of war that these rounds are shaping up to be.
Houston's doing great on the Astra. 8 kills on the Astra, and Nair is absolutely killing with the Phoenix with 9 kills. Run it back on board for Nair. Probably going to see that come out extremely soon as they make this push down B long, straight into the Killjoy utility. Could hold them back a little bit. 2 smokes do come down. Just going to push through, run it back, and flash through the smoke. Excellent decision, making this push come through. Houston gets Nair down, but Nair is still alive thanks to run it back. Going to make this peek out. These smokes really holding them back, buying some crucial time for the Vandals.
Look at all that purple coming through, man. Nair finding Houston through the wall. Yeah, Rardox and Juanito finding Squirrel as well. I don't think I've ever seen so many Astra smokes. You were right. That was carving up so much space for them. As well, like the Killjoy util actually not able to save them. Domage picking up that headshot on the Salmon. Really nice. And, you know, the gun disadvantage here for the Vandals here. If they're able just to get these picks or keep Dragon onto the site for the bomb to explode, that's a lot of... Oh my days. That's a lot of damage they could do to the econ. Oh
That's
my!
2 really important kills for Hawkeye. This could change a lot, but it's got to keep going. The ultimate's going to come out, and unfortunately it's going to be wasted as Nair and Juan peek from back corridor and both get a kill, keeping that spike protected, making it 5-3.
I can kind of understand where Hawkeye was going from there, particularly who was it that was with him just there? Was it Roof? At the end, just there, I thought it was a Sage actually. Yeah, I think it was Roof. I can see where the ultimate was. You know, that idea: control elbow, control that kind of shop area, and then try and get the defuse. But the bomb was already so close to being like to having no time to defuse that I think it was just a bit of a panic, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah, the Reckoning's a hard one because it's got this big AOE, but as you saw there, if you're just like 10 degrees to the right in a certain situation, you can actually miss an entire player.
Which is which can be very important. But yeah, it looks like we have a bit of a lurk from the sky all the way over in shot. But yeah, they're going to be regrouping now for their team, and this is the A push very fast. Ooh.
Gonna be a push in. Rodox does push in, gets an excellent kill onto Squirrel. The neural theft will come out. Rodox won't be taken down this time. Domager takes down Salmon with an excellent molly. That is just beautiful to see. And Rodox gets a great kill too. Roof making that push in with a flash. Does get an excellent flash. One goes down. What can Roof pull off the back of this?
Yes, oh yeah, chicken feet. No way he's turning that. The Astra Smoke actually kind of saving him, allowing him to flash out of it. Able to pick up one. Has Houston made a mistake by smoking?
No way.
Oh, that was a little bit close there.
That was crazy, yeah. Domager's wall really aided. He assisted himself in that. You don't get an assist for assisting yourself, but yeah, that wall was a great assist to that final kill, spraying down, getting that. But yeah, I mean, Chicken Feet nearly had that right.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was Chicken Feet was playing around that Astra Smoke absolutely beautifully. I'm surprised Houston didn't try and take it down sooner. It's been a while since I've touched Astra. Maybe you can't. Maybe just once it's committed. But yeah, it's very close to actually completely backfiring on the Astra Smokes here. Oh, and we see, actually, we haven't been seeing too much of the lineup, so it'd be nice to see kind of where they go.
Yeah, well, it's you expect to see them post-land, but they haven't really been required by the Dragons just yet.
So much util coming through.
There's a lot. And it's going to start paying off as Nair takes down Roof with an excellent flash. 3 players in Ling. Domaj starts to push out and trades out the equivalent Phoenix. Nair does fall. Salmon. Beautiful flank. Go on, Salmon. How long are you going to wait? Oh, you got to shoot now, haven't you? Do get one, but unfortunately not another as Hawkeye trades out. Defender Killjoy going to come down. This might assist the Spike defuse a lot, but we still got Chicken Feet holding it down from main.
All 3 holding it down from me, and that Killjoy's going to take down. It's not going to get anyone, actually. Yeah, and now the Astra, the concussion. The Cove, though, coming through. This might be the difference. No! The Astra, the well, it may be enough. The smoke comes down as well. The pre-fire
sprays. Too many walls. Too many walls.
Finds Hawkeye! Now immediately replaced by Squirrel.
What
and
the hell?
Everyone goes down.
Everyone falls to the Spike after all. There was so many walls there around that Spike, but there just wasn't enough. You can build the walls, you could have a cove, you could have a smoke, you could have a wall, but it won't be enough. Timeout starting here. That's Natesy, the coach for Vandals, calling a timeout.
Oh my days! Absolutely just ridiculous scenes on the base sites. Like 4 Astra Smokes, the Suck, the Harbor Wall, the Viper Smoke. Way too much to talk about there. And yeah, I'm interested to see, because you asked before kind of what would Natesy be talking about, what would the coach be trying to say? And I think for this, there is a bit more to kind of say. That is a bit more kind of obvious. Like in terms of what was almost a really beautiful flank from the Viper on the side of on the side of CES Dragons, but just getting picked up slightly early. Still not enough though for Kiel Vandals to actually take the round. So I think it will just maybe be a bit more decision, or maybe just slow it down. Look at the football snake. Hello.
It's hard to call, isn't it, when to shoot, because like you do want to get as many kills as possible off that flank, and they might have got 2 if they just shot ahead before the peak came out. But these things are just so hard to call in the moment, and you can only look back on them. And you might say, oh, so the better thing to do would have been got that first headshot. But then you try doing that in the next situation, and it doesn't work. There's just so many factors at play.
Yeah, I mean, completely. Yeah, like got it in one, really, and it seems like actually what we're seeing. Yeah, the Vandals now pushing it out. No slowing it down, instead speeding it up. Roof immediately good for 1. Squirrel backing him up with Juanito gets him. Nair though swinging out and getting 2. Hawkeye trying to stop him, slows him down a little bit. Rardox keeps him safe, and all of a sudden, Roof's all on their own.
Yeah, at least they managed to pick up a Vandal out of all that, though. That was a really interesting eco push. Almost paid off, but the Dragons like pushed through the wall for once as well, so they managed to come out on top just.
The shot's coming through. They know where they do. Importantly, they still have the spike now. Dragons have basically the entire map. It's actually changed. It's Dragons and Vandals have swapped positions again. We want to play defense another round, and you want to play attack another round. So let's do it. And this is a very big uphill struggle.
I still haven't decided about this map, where I think it's attack or defense. But it's definitely so far been in the Dragons' favour for attack, but not as much of a stomping as we saw on Haven, which I do think is an attacker-sided map, but Dragons just stomped the defence anyway.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it does come down to it. This is going to come down to the time, and what a flick from Roof. The flash comes through, doesn't expect Chicken
doesn't
Feet
wait
to
for
be
the flash. That could have been a win with that flash just being a little bit different. If that was like an insta-flash, pop flash, it could have got a really good one.
I think Roof tried to fake it. I think he tried to fake flash. I think he expected, you know, throw the bird out, Chicken Feet will turn it, and then, you know, his back will be towards me, but Chicken Feet just steadfast didn't turn it.
I saw a really cool bit of tech on the internet the other day. Can't remember which platform I saw it on, but if you wiggle the Skybird up and down, it makes it take longer to get out of a doorway, so you can actually get your long flash out of a pop flash. Really interesting bit of tech there if you didn't know.
Oh yeah, just jam it against a piece of scenery and then...
Well, no, just wiggle up and down, so it means it moves like a meter in the space it would take to move 2 meters. So you get the you get the longer period flash instead of it being a quick pop.
Oh, I will definitely take that on board. I've never done that. Usually I just kind of throw it from a really long angle, but of course then you can't swing off of it. So yeah, good. That is a nice piece of tech. The more you know.
Yeah, because the short flashes aren't great. They're not actually like amazing, but okay, run it back from Domager, making that push into the smoke. Risk it all. Unfortunately, not going to get anything out the back of it, but will still be alive. Chicken Feet takes him down. Does get one, but then Chicken Feet takes him down again.
How many times I have to teach you this lesson, old man? Yeah, I mean, wow, what a push from the Dragons. Yeah, coming through there, just the trades are really solid. Juanito and Chicken Feet now got basically all the control. Doesn't actually get Squirrel from the flash, so a little bit, and not as much information. Feet swinging.
The timing of these things sometimes, man, it's crazy. I know we see the most delicate of timings.
The timing's insane. I think Squirrel's basically comfortable. He knows one's there. Yeah, running guns, and actually gets out with it. Now ready for Juanito to swing into him and takes both down. What a retake! What a 1 versus 2!
Clutches, you know, they can be fun, they can be important, but I think out of the whole evening, that might, if Vandals can bring it back now, that is the defining moment of the entire evening. That singular clutch.
Yeah, no, 100%. That was very smooth. Very, I like. There is a lot of understanding here, actually, and yes, you know, the whole meme of, like, you know, precise gunplay, you know, Valorant, you know, running and gunning, yeah, but genuinely, like, Squirrel swinging that, like, full running, very, you know, had the idea that Chicken Feet was there, got it completely correct, and then, you know, instead of a 2 versus 1, it's a 1 versus 1. Salmon has to swing into him now because he has all control of the site, and he just picks up that second kill, like, surgically played.
It's hard to say with our wall hacks, like our observing wall hacks, whether the knee was seen or not. But by their movement and behavior, maybe I don't think it was, but it you know, it could have been. I would be really interested to see that from their point of view.
Yeah, we would indeed. And okay, so there's very, very good push here. Unfortunately, looks like a little bit of jitters. Hopefully not too bad. We'll get caught up there. Wow, Hockey actually sticking that though through the Viper Maul. He gets put to 1, stunned, sucked. Man has experienced every utility under the sun.
Vandals, you know, they've got the Dragons on extremely low health, and they've got the spike down, and they've got the 3 of the Dragons dead now, 4 of the Dragons dead now. All going to be on Chicken Feet on 17 HP. It's almost impossible.
That team flash killing Salmon. I think Chicken Feet made a bit of a mistake there. That's very unfortunate. And Domager picking him up with a 3k, and that is that the second? Is that both pistol rounds now taken for Vandals?
Yeah, for this map it is. So they're doing a lot better in pistols than they were on previous maps. And aside from that, like crucial clutch from Squirrel, getting this first map on the board, this first pistol round on the board is another really crucial moment in this game. And I'm not going to call it just yet, but if Vandals take it, it definitely revolves around these past 2 rounds.
Yeah, 100% agree with you there, and we see now the buy-up actually coming through. Domage just throwing all caution to the wind, getting that Phantom buy-up, and we do see that Dragons are happy just to, you know, chill with the Sheriffs, chill with basically no buy at all. So in theory, this is the Vandals to take, but they drop a Phantom if they lose, and Dragons get a Phantom if they win.
Especially with Domage leading the charge so much, if there is a big explosion into the Vandals' face, then they will get it stolen from them. But right now, it does look like it's playing in their hands. Domage gets one, but Juan does take down Hawkeye. The Phantom's still in hands. Could mean a lot in this round. Looks like all 4 players are moving around the back now of sight. Trying to make that push in, but the smoke gets dropped.
Yeah, that Phantom from Domage seems to have been such a good buy. Even Rardox takes him down now, but it's 1 versus 3. Yeah, they are going to keep that Phantom and even us up, equalize us 7-7. Oh, thank you, teams, for bringing back the Fracture, because I was really a bit nervous that maybe someone's mental had kind of broken, or maybe that fatigue had started to set in. But no, both these teams seem really, really willing to take each other down to the wire.
Yeah, from what I've seen, Vandals have got really, really good like persistence and endurance, and definitely Dragons joining that club of a team with great endurance. We've seen that tonight, and big hats off to both of them. And yeah, like 7-5 is just so much infinitely better than 8-4 in many ways. And then if you can get the pistol round off the back of that 7-5, you've got a really good chance to catch up, and we're seeing that solidly right now. Another big aggressive push in. I wasn't sure if it was going to pay off with that utility hitting them back, but Vandals do get the first 2 picks as Rardox takes out Domage, but it was only the run it back Domage.
Oh, Rardox, yeah, having to do so much, unfortunately, for him just getting taken out. I do, actually, very quickly, as the spike goes down, I want to point out that push from Domage just to go around the Skydog and get the pick, like, was absolutely crucial there, so very well played. Actually, though, even with the flash, Juanito still picking up Domage, a little bit of a whiff there, maybe the worst whiff we've seen all night, which, to be fair, if that's the worst whiff, I'm taking that.
Oh, good Sky Flash. Roof does take down Nair. Yeah, and it's going to be Juanito. Are you going to try and save this gun, or are you going to try and take a gun away from them?
You might be able to try and get one and get out. Yeah, that's probably that's probably the reasonable amount of time to hang around before you just say, you know what, I'm going to try and just take the gun.
Looks like it might be trying to catch an exit. Going to try, yeah, possibly going to try and catch an exit here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cold. Excellent read, and Houston comes out on top of that.
Houston's bullet to the cranium. Jesus.
Yeah, so the Vandals end up out on top for the first time so far. Actually, except for the start of the game, sorry, obviously the first 2 rounds, but since then, since the Dragons took it back, and it did look like, till that last round of the first half, it really did look like the Dragons were going to stomp again, and right now it still looks like it could be anyone's game. Dragons now on a save round.
Yeah, I mean, they have to go back and forth to drag. Like, as you said, yeah, Dragons on a save round now, so in theory we're back to 8-8, and then it's, I think a bit more of a scuff by, because it looks like the Dragons, it looks like the Vandals and everyone have forced, I think no, actually, sorry, apologies, no, Dragons haven't forced the ball, they're happy just to take this, but yeah, it means they might actually be looking at a Vandals 9-7 by the end of this.
Yeah, unless they can pull out like one of the best eco rounds of their career, especially as they start to fall. Salmon does go down, the Cove is down, getting that excellent plant spot. It's one of the best plant spots on this entire map, to be honest, and if you can protect the plant, it's going to be really comfortable for the post plant, but it doesn't look like there's going to be a post plant for the Dragons, as Nair makes that push with the Sheriff, unfortunately misses the first shot and gets sprayed down by Squirrel.
What a wide swing from Squirrel, and to have Domage's flashbang just coming in right behind him. You're in the middle of a gunfight and your monitor is suddenly turned off. What is the point? That Phoenix flash completely taking it away. Really well played. Squirrel not needing it, happy just to take up the frag, but Yeah, we're really starting to see that a lot of ultimates come on now. Both sides basically with full buys ready. Dragons, I said a lot of ultimates. They're only for the side of the Dragons. Vandals, I don't think, like 2 ult points, I think, still away from any of their ults, like minimum.
This could be the round for the Dragons, and they do have 3 ults sitting on, and they've got their full buyout. There's some naughty tripwires on B, but B's just going to be left behind, and looks like it's going to be a bit of a mid-push. Squirrels does get scouted by the bird. Doberger is going to come and back it up.
Oh, yeah. That's just unfortunate. That flash and that swing from Houston was just absolutely surgical. Chicken's able to take Roof. Squirrel immediately, though, getting that refrag. And Dragon's only losing one of their ultimates there from the Phoenix. So still 2 ultimates left for them. Cypher and the Astra. And the Astra probably one of the most effective at this point, particularly whenever you're trying to either stop a push or try and get that retake. But the Vandals can immediately answer it back with a Harbor ult. So this is going to be crucial.
Interesting map placement from the Dragons, playing really far back, just waiting to see where the execute comes in. Got Cypher util on B, so that's not going to be too much of a problem that they're not really on it. Watching water is a good shout as well to stop any surprise attacks. So, if you look up at the map now, you do see some pretty wise map control, but that's still team play from the Dragons as the Vandals make this quadruple push into A, and the Reckoning comes in, going to clear them back, and it's going to be a free plant.
They do listen to that Harbor suggestion. The mollies are going to come through. I don't think they're going to catch anything. The bullets coming through from Salmon as well, just unfortunately not able to tag anyone. And yeah, here we go now. Still 2 ults for CES Dragons. The Astro Wall and the Cypher. Cypher not going to get anything, obviously, if there's no picks. Speaking of no picks, Domager.
Sneaky.
Domager being very sneaky. Houston picks up, and then, yeah.
Wow.
What a... Yeah. Vandals now starting to look like they could maybe run away with it.
The Dragons haven't called a timeout all night. They might.
Oh.
Bro, call me Mystic Meg, man. Mystic Meg, rest in peace, by the way. But that is like 2 or 3. I said the glass cannon.
What did I say about no point casting?
I said timeout.
What did I
timeout
say?
Comes out.
What did I say about no point casting?
There's always. Wow.
That's legitimately impressive timing, man. That was.
It's what I tell.
Yeah.
It's what I tell people in our plat lobbies, mate. All brain, no aim. I got the reads, but I can't hit headshots for the life of me.
You know what? I love it. It's a good attitude, and because we have seen you were correct before the Dragons were so rude, that they hadn't used a timeout all like this entire series, and it's interesting to see kind of what they will be discussing right now, because once again rounds have been very close. It is probably just try and get that pick and then try and get the information off. They do have to do another save as well, so it is looking quite likely. Damn, this is nice observing, I must say as well. God, this comic book store looks so nice.
Yeah, beautiful. Shout out the production crew, shout out the observation crew, holding it down.
Absolutely, even with these little issues. Yeah, I mean, we do see like a half buy from everyone on Dragons. Actually, a DC as well from Rardox. We've had a fair few technical issues this series, which is a bit of a shame, but we've powered through.
It's great to see Domager come out on top of this kill feed as well. Such a powerful player, and just showing us that with the numbers this time as well. 20, 11, and 10 assists. That's even quite a lot of an assist for a Phoenix. That's probably quite a lot of half damages with the sprays before they were taken down. He's been playing so aggressively, it's not surprising to see that the assists are high and the deaths are quite high too, but definitely doing his job as a duelist in this map.
Yeah, 100%. I do think, I want to say, most of those assists are, but we have seen Domager doing some pretty solid flashes, and more importantly, the Keeley Vandals actually, work playing off of them super effectively, really concisely, really efficiently. So, definitely one of the more kind of team-oriented Phoenixes I've seen in quite some time.
Looks like we might have a tech pause off the back of that timeout called by Dragons. So a lot of time here for the teams to rework what they're up to. Cypher's having a deep think, deep meditation, making this plan to move forward. Rodox moving away from the jet might have something to do with where dragons are slipping up in this map, but you know, now they're on the defensive side. You'd hope that Rodox could start getting some good stuff out of the Cypher, but we have seen like some big Cypher setups that just haven't been pushed.
Yeah, like, I think that's a very important, very important aspect to think about. Is unfortunately we do see a little bit of a jitter here, so we might, depending on how the teams are, we might be able to call a tech pause as well. Hopefully that's the last of it. But yeah, no, it's a very important point that we have seen some really dirty, really cheeky Cypher trips, and for the most part, they've been completely sidestepped. Which, yeah, as you said, whenever you get like a really aggressive player who was doing a lot of work on Jet, and then you take that away, put them on a really defensive character that then isn't able to get much value throughout no fault of their own, just the way the game's being played. Yeah, I think that's a very, very astute observation.
Maybe Cypher wasn't in deep meditation, but was in deep disconnection. looks like Rodox might have actually been disconnected. We also had another PC crash. We're having a restart on the feed, so everybody just stand by 1 second. Like, we will be back with this final. But you know, even just think like not just the timeout, but the tech pause is going to affect the way this match goes, because they've got so much time to think now. And you know, like you were saying, or I think it was last match in Haven, a timeout can be paused, could be taken just to throw someone's momentum off. And momentum might be affected by this long pause right now.
I think so as well, and particularly, I mean, dependent. I mean, I don't know any of the players personally, so who knows? But I mean, even something as small as, you know, your mouse dying or you crashing, you know, that can kind of get into your head and it can really disrupt the flow. Or quite importantly, you know, for the dragons, because they're anyway. I don't know what I just heard, but I thought
I'd take advantage of the long pause to mute my mic and like get this congestion out my nose, and even though my mic was on 0, I think. So I do apologise for that, everyone. But I started tonight with like a slightly runny nose, and like just it's progressively got worse and worse as we get into this final match. So you might be hearing some weirdness in my voice, and I really apologise for that sound. I turned my mic down to 0, but I obviously blow my nose so loud.
So loud, it doesn't matter how badly you mute your mic. No, completely. I thought it was something in the game, to be honest. I thought it was one of the. I thought it was like a wee audio bug or something, because we've had a few of them. But yeah, as I was saying, like, you know, I don't know any of these kind of players, you know, very personally or anything. So it does mean, like, you know, something as simple as a disconnect. You know, you could just be like, oh, you know, whoops, you know, I disconnected. I'm really sorry, and that can get in your head. You know, your mouse disconnects, and you're worried, you know, that you're distracted by that now, because the thought of your mouse disconnecting can, you know, just even disrupt you in a single gunfight. And we are at the point, as I've said before, a single bullet makes all the difference at this point.
I wonder how long the rules are. Like, how long can Rodox be disconnected until they start again? Looks like someone says 10-minute limit on tech, but I'm not sure if that applies to the actual like league rules there. But maybe Rodox is going for the super IQ disconnect. Oh, I kicked my LAN cable. Oops.
Oh no, I've wiggled my router. Oh no. Surely, I mean, there's got to be a rule against that.
Yeah, there is, but you can't prove it. But the Vandals, they definitely had a lot of momentum. Look at those red X's in this half. It's just all Vandals right now. So the momentum was on their side, and it could be stolen from them. But, you know, I think they're chilling. I think they're just chilling. We're going to throw it to a little break while we sort this issue out, though. So just hang tight. Go grab yourself a cup. I'm sure you're thirsty or hungry after the length of tonight. And we'll be back as soon as Rodox is reconnected.
I'll see you soon. Wait, well, fair. Or jump back. Hello, we are back. So that seems to be Rardock's back, and yeah. While obviously we had that little pause, Bigfoot and I were discussing some stuff, and you know some points were kind of flew about Bigfoot. Educate. What were we talking about while we were waiting?
We were just talking about how cucumber-ish Steel Vandals are. They can,
I love it.
yeah, so some words just need to stay off stream. But they managed to keep their cool in these situations. We're wondering whether they could keep their cool or not through this long text pause, and whether they can stop themselves getting overconfident with this 6-round streak. And we'll have to see. I believe they can. I believe they can maintain composure and still play slow enough to guarantee this win. But the Dragons have also had a long time to talk about what their plan is. The dog gets rid of one tripwire. Dogs are excellent at getting rid of the tripwires, man.
Oh, it really is, yeah. Like, unfortunate though, because the dog can be so good. I mean, if it gets caught by a tripwire, you're not really able to clear much of an angle. You're not able to like stun someone, and you're not able to bite. And the bite, kind of not particularly relevant most of the time, but 30 damage is usually enough to kind of turn a 4-bullet kill into a 3-bullet. Speaking of,
Rardock is playing on a mobile hotspot right now and gets a peek with 2 sheriff headshots.
Oh, Roof finds
There ain't
chicken
no
feet
way.
as well. That mobile phone hotspot. That's what you need. Oh!
The hotspot buff comes in for Cypher. No way, Rardock. I mean, Vandals do get that, but that's just insane. That is a Valorant, uni-Valorant moment.
I mean, yeah, I mean, to get internet back and then be like, anyway, you're dead. You know, anyway, I'm back now. We've returned it, and this is now. I think, like, I mean, every round's kind of decisive at this point, but this is it. I mean, both teams full buys, lot of ultimates from Dragons. If Kiel take this, they go to match point. They're, you know, and they have a bit of breathing space to lose 1 or 2 rounds to really kind of, you know, seal the deal to kind of bring it home. So this is now the Dragons 4 ultimates versus 2. Cypher, Astra, Phoenix, and Skyjar versus just Phoenix and Astra. This is everything for them, and they have to make this work.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Oh no, but we do see yet another Rot. Sorry, Rot, I said Domage ultimate coming in. Not going to actually get any info. Oh, it does get one little bit of info, but will be taken down by Rardox. That is 3 kills on the hotspot for Rardox. How high can we go on this mobile hotspot, Rardox?
Just picking them up, that mobile hotspot. I might have 40 ping, but that's all he needs. Yeah,
Houston?
absolutely incredible.
No.
Houston.
Look!
I gets out through the Viper wall. Gets out through the enemy Viper wall to dodge Domages.
The push
Or
is
to
going
dodge,
through to A.
Yeah.
Juan is sticking around though. Juan ain't running away too soon. Look at this naughty water push from Squirrel as well. Don't you dare.
That is very dirty. The Skybird's coming out the zoo.
Squirrel.
Tap.
Why is Houston still on B? What is going on, man?
Oh,
they're trolling now. This is a troll from Vandals. Houston's on B. Squirrel with the flank. Gonna swarm grenade the dugout. Chicken Feet does run away, but was about to send off some util. Oh my days! Dragons put it back.
Yeah, that round ended pretty suddenly, didn't it?
What?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I do have to agree. That was a little bit of a troll for sitting in B for so long. There wasn't much in the way of map control there, and we seen was it Juanito get away with that flight, get away with just that water hold. Who was it in the water hold actually? You pointed them out now.
It was Squirrel.
Was it Squirrel? It was
Only
Squirrel,
managed to get
yeah.
one. Sometimes, like I was saying, you just never know what the best thing to do is. It's so hard to tell with the placement and they got 1 kill off the back of it, but could have got a couple more of a slightly differently timed push, maybe. But you know, you can't call these things.
No, you really cannot. Dog now goes through, clears out Art. That gives Vandals basically all the space they need. Molly coming through, kind of slowing them down. And we see, hopefully, a bit of a faster rotate from the Dragons than last round. Even if it was still enough for them.
You know, my most worrying part of this map, B-Link, hasn't seen too much action this game. That's quite a good thing, I think, for both teams, because it is a really, really awkward place.
It's funnel. is the best way to describe it. Is just you know, there's no room to dodge util. There's no room to that's insane. Just insane from that alone. Houston immediately cleans up there though. Doesn't let him get away. Rardog's finding Roof, gets that Cypher ult, and he's been won that for a while. Doesn't unfortunately get anything with it as Hockey and the Astra just run him down there. Hockey and Houston together. Puts us into a post-plant situation now.
There's a really sneaky spot. You know, I sometimes think this little corner was designed for the lockdown. You know, in the map design, because if it wasn't there, there's nowhere to put it.
Uh-oh.
Yes, it's going to be one detained, but Quan might be there on the counter. Oh, yep. Astral Divide going to be absolutely crucial. It's going to come in just in time to protect Quan. Spike will be tapped. They could have stuck that. Quan could have stuck that. Should have stuck that. Doesn't need to because they get both kills, and now it is 9 points for Dragons, only 2 behind the Vandals.
Oh, I said this was a vital round. I think I said that actually about the last round as well, and Dragons have now picked up 2. I think that actually puts them now. The ult's actually in their favour, and fortunately for the Vandals, they have 1 more buy in them, maybe 2 actually. A very healthy econ from Domage and Roof. So maybe they will be taking Dragons to the very end with a full buys basically every round.
Yeah, it would be nice to finish how we started with a really crazy overtime. You know, after dropping those 2 rounds to the Dragons, the Vandals are going to need to start doing something a little bit different. We did see some really good defense there from the Dragons.
I wonder if the Vandals are thinking about wiggling their router, maybe for a wee DC.
They just need to get on a hotspot, man. That's clearly what the tactic is.
Oh,
excellent Sky Flash, but it won't be enough as Juan sidesteps into the hot hands.
Absolutely, yeah, it just wasn't enough when he was just getting really caught. The flash coming out from Ryan's really good, or from Nair's really good, just doesn't get enough. Gets a lot of damage on the Squirrel. The amount of flashes coming through the harbor wall, there's so much going on, man. It's insane. Have
you ever had a game against 5 flashes?
5 flashes. I feel like 5 flashes, yeah. 5 controllers, I don't think I've ever done.
Yeah, a game against 5 flashes is horrible. I haven't played against 5 controllers, but I've played 5 smokes on one team. All smokes on one team. That was great fun.
It seems like the most frustrating thing to go against. Sounds like absolute fun. And what a fake from the Dragons!
Yeah, it's beautiful stuff. Look at that.
Or sorry, from the
Vandals.
Vandals. Sorry, what a fake from the Vandals. The Dragons completely convinced that was going to be a B or like a rotate, and no, complete control now for the Vandals.
Stop it. These guys have been naughty on the flanks recently. The Vandals being cheeky, and it might pay off. I mean, Domage hasn't done anything just yet. Is it going to just... It is a really good angle to have.
He's played it so patiently.
So patiently. Gonna get 1, gonna get 2. No, gonna get taken down and traded out by Salmon. Viper's Pit drops. Salmon getting an absolutely crucial kill on the board, but unfortunately the last one standing, and it'll put Kiel Vandals on 12 points as they drop just outside of their own Viper's Pit.
Match point.
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever you have to, and one of the things as well, I can't remember how high it is. The Harbor does, and maybe that's actually something they could look at, because obviously it creates the pool beneath you, and it forms a bit of a cylinder to kind of show you where the enemy was, or still is if they haven't moved out of the way of the stun. But you could maybe actually look at. It would be interesting to see if the Harbor, the cylinder, like reached infinitely upwards. So you could see a Viper getting kind of, you know, tagged in the Viper Pit, even if she's not getting hit. You know, you can still see the cylinder of, okay, she's roughly here and she's roughly there. But yeah, the Vandals, Domage's positioning there, nearly caught out, but doing enough, even with Salmon's pick. And now, yeah, Dragons on very little econ. They have to make this. Dreams come true.
Ooh, Rodox with another kill on a Domage. Is Rodox still on a hotspot? I don't know, but if they are, this has just been excellent stuff. Who could have thought you could get so many kills on hotspot?
Absolutely farming that Phoenix all. Should be getting those all points for him, but it is. Yeah, I was about to say the Astral Wall now. This is so difficult. There is a gap in it though, and Rardox uses it to full advantage. Only down good for one before Domage puts him down, but yeah, the plant now going down, playing off the Astral Wall.
So close. But Salmon pushes back just in time to not get flashed. Sends that molly out. Could have been taken down with util in hand, but again, not quite. The spike is down. It's ticking away. Dragons need to get this round back or it is all over for them. Vandal's got an excellent point to hold this excellently placed spike. And yeah, beautiful headshot from Hawkeye. Chicken feet goes down. Houston gets one. Salmon gets one back.
One enemy remaining.
It's not coming through. Yeah, Squirrel picks him up, and it looks like
What?
Juanito?
It's possible. It's impossible. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible. Okay, big shout out to both teams, but Kiel Vandals take it. Moving on and knocking the Dragons out of the competition.
Yeah, I mean, damn well played from both teams. Really excellently played. I don't think, to be honest, I mean, obviously if you're the Dragons, you're a little bit disappointed, you know. You know you're alright, but they put up a hell of a fight. And I'm really, really sad that they don't get another shot at this, because that would have been a really interesting finals.
Wow. There's been an exponential increase in ACS. So our first round was 297, top score. Second round, we had 3-2-4 ACS, if my memory is correct. But then last round, we got Domager. We were talking about how aggressive Domager was playing. And had they not died so much, their econ rating would have broken through the bank too. But 3-3-1 on the ACS for Domager that round. Well done.
Just a straight warm-up then, actually. Just literally from start to finish, just players getting better and better and just getting more warmed up. And yeah, you could definitely see it from the players like Domager, but I do think it's unfair. Like, even Salmon, like, who was, you know, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, who even was kind of, you know, bottom of the leaderboard a lot of times, they were still getting that value. They were still kind of making a lot of stuff happen for their team. It just, unfortunately, they weren't able to do it quite as much as, you know, the other members in the team, particularly the other members in the opposing team. And it was just a little bit kind of outmatched by the Keeley Vandals once they got confidence.
We only had a couple of people contributing to the predictions in chat, but one of them was Zara, and she did predict that it would be a Vandals victory, and it really was. It was so tight, though. I did think that one could have almost gone to overtime too, finishing off how we started, but the Vandals, with the composure and with the dominating attack inside on Pearl, when they were defending, it looked like all things might have been lost. But this is the beautiful thing about these tactical shooters where you switch sides and you can pull it back from anything. And they really did. So looking forward to seeing how Kiel Vandals fare in the rest of this competition. There's some pretty strong teams up there in the winners bracket that are standing unbeaten and looking like they're going to make it pretty comfortably to the finals.
Yeah, well, I think really that's kind of everything from me. I mean, from everything from us at least, unless Bigfoot has anything left. But yeah, that was absolutely incredible. Bigfoot, do you have anything really? Final thoughts before I send us off?
Well, I don't know if we're going to be good. I mean, we might be able to speak to Squirrel and Roof here. Just
that's right. We're getting the interview.
A few seconds. Let me just double check if can we do this, because they're in the same room live with a webcam together. And I'm not sure if the text ready, but it would be really nice to speak to Squirrel and Roof playing in the same room. Is that allowed? Is that?
No, you're like they're in the same team. Surely you're like
it doesn't buff anything. You got team comms anyway.
Yeah, that would be great if they were in opposing teams and in the same room. That would be interesting. But yeah, okay, perfect. So
it's gonna happen. Good stuff.
It looks like the interview looks like it's gonna happen. So we'll see how that's kind of go. Yeah, So I think. It looks like we're going to cut for a little bit to get the interview kind of set up, and then we'll be joining you guys once that kind of, or hopefully we'll be joining you guys. We'll need to kind of confer everything, but 5-minute little break while we get the interview set up. So Beautiful. Don't go anywhere.
Good stuff. See you soon.
Transcend humanity with Omen.
What is that?
It's cutting edge VR, Flynn.
It looks like it's something from the future, you know?
Flynn took a trip to future London. Saw something she wasn't supposed to. Now people from there are trying to kill us.
And it was, and getting the pistol rounds off the back of that as well really adds up to like a really, really good second half. And there was so many red X's to start with. Yeah, really, really beautifully done. We saw Domage getting was quite a lot of crazy, crazy aggression, and like, are you okay with him just running forward like that so consistently, just charging forward? Is the rest of the team okay with that? Is that part of the team tactic, or is that Domage on a wild one?
I mean, we tried to tell him to cool down a bit, like play for trades and not overheat. But at the end of the day, when you're a duelist, I feel like sometimes you have to go for those plays just to like keep your confidence up, ruin the other team's mental. It's like, but like it's we try to get him to find a balance, but sometimes he does his own thing.
Okay.
You can't. No lead on Domage is what I'm hearing. Then the untamed beast that everyone else kind of runs around. I get. Yeah. I guess I'll kind of end it off with just kind of one final question, which is, well, now you guys have won. What is kind of your plans now? Taking away what you've learned with this best of three that was quite down to the wire. You know, as you said yourself, you know, Haven was a map you're damn comfortable with, and you did kind of get a little bit outmatched. I hope you don't mind me saying. So kind of what are you taking away from this best of three now going in, hopefully to all the way to the finals?
I would say it definitely like gave us more confidence because we've lost to these guys before, but like it's shown us today that if we like play as a team, like we can pretty much beat any other team. Like we're fairly confident now. I think it's just I don't know, just we just have to perform for the rest and then hopefully get to finals and hopefully win.
Yeah, well, I mean, with that performance, I think it's likely.
Yeah, it would be really, really good to see you in the finals. And I haven't seen some of the other some of these other teams that are like running through the winners bracket. I've never seen them play before in all the uni esports I've done. So it's going to be really interesting to see um, who pulls out the bag and see. So it's like see who it is who's pulling out the bag in the winners bracket, because I don't know them, and I'm really excited to see them. And I wish you all the best of luck in making it to the finals. And we had a little bit of a audio problem at the start, so I'm just going to repeat the first question if you don't mind, Squirrel. So with that being a long series, and especially the huge amount of overtime in the start, like how do you maintain composure moving through that length?
Oh, once again, as I said, we try to like not tilt each other because that happens a lot. Like we just try and like play every round like to the best of our abilities. We call timeouts when we need them. We get our coach to analyze like the enemy, how the enemy's playing, and give us like tips on what to do. And really, that's just all. And then, what else? No, that's all.
Do you let it loose when you like playing ranked and that? Do you let the flaming a little bit loose then?
Oh no, in ranked we we flame each other a lot. But I guess like because we're a team that's really close, so we can all
Yeah,
just,
it's
like,
good
have
for
that.
morale. Like, yeah, so some people don't get that. It's
Yes.
like being able to flame each other shows you've got a strong bond beside that, and I do think it's good that you can do that in ranked, and it's also good and mature to take that out of the comp in like the leagues. I think that's really, really well played.
Yeah, I think so. I think actually from that, I mean, geez, we've been going for what, near 4 hours, I want to say, between all the tech pause and stuff. So I'm sure everyone's pretty exhausted. But I guess yeah, Squirrel and Squirrel and Roof. Any final statements? As I see Roof literally doing this, man, struggling to stay up. Man is absolutely melting. But any final words from you guys?
Well, just thanks to all the fans like supporting us, and we'll win for you guys.
Yeah, good luck.
Wholesome.
Good luck getting that purple into the finals, and big thank you to our observation and production team, and big thank you to our sponsors. As always, we wouldn't be here without them. That is Prime Video, Prime Student, and Omen for making this possible. And we will see you next week.